A hierarchy of race like that developed by Morton, Knott, and Glidden, and still deployed today by white supremacists, cannot be sustained if not one but two great black civilizations arose in Africa at the dawn of history. It is therefore entirely appropriate and even necessary to confront constructions of race for Nubia and Egypt in the recent past and acknowledge both civilizations as African and black.
So did you face any of that type of backlash or harsh feedback from your stance on ancient Egypt?
So yes, but interestingly, I haven't received any harsh feedback from Egyptologists. When I go around and I give talks on this subject, the Egyptologists who've been in the audience of my talks are very receptive, and they think that this is really important work and that I need to keep forging ahead with it. But I have gotten negative feedback, especially over email from Egyptians. So it's an interesting conundrum where there are some Egyptians who will tell me, I mean, these are people I don't know who are just like finding out how to contact me and send me an email and say, what you're doing is wrong. The ancient Egyptian culture was not a black culture. Modern Egyptians are not black people. What you're doing is dangerous. You need to stop saying this, which of course, I'm not going to stop saying this. And I try to explain what my work is about. And I also try to explain, you see, our perspective in America on what black is different from a lot of the rest of the world. And so I try to explain our American context of that word. But yeah, I've definitely gotten some harsh feedback.
First off, the Egyptians, of course, were African, and we have evidence from Herodotus and other sources that Africans tended to be black, that they were a range of colors that would constitute black today, and they were actually, the Greek words that are used for them is black.
Now, don't misunderstand me. I am not saying that the ancient Egyptians were not black, as we Americans perceive it. They were. The way we define black, with mixed race one drop rule, the way we define black as a positive thing, the Egyptians were black.
So you're suggesting maybe these people migrated north?
Yes, or their culture did, and east to the Nile Valley, east and north.
East and north.
Yeah,
I see. So today in Egypt, the archaeologists often refer to, and I've been there, to connections between ancient Egyptian culture and the Sumerian culture and the Crete culture and the Persian culture. Yet when you visit Egypt, especially around Aswan in the southern part of the Nile, you see mostly black people.
Yes, yeah, and we know from the anthropological evidence that the people just predating the dynastic civilization in the Nabta region were black African people.
I can sympathize with the impulse to sort of to be very strident, to be very argumentative, to be very certain, to act very certain about the blackness of the ancient Egyptians, because for the longest time, the very longest time, there was this prevailing idea that black is Africa and Africa is less than, right? That no matter what happens, no matter how you cast it, anytime you fall on the wrong side of that dividing line between black and not black, even not between black and white, whatever's coming from that black side is going to be less than. And it took people being willing to challenge that orthodoxy, and sometimes in a very ill-informed way, right? Sometimes, it just took people coming up and going, I feel like this, and so I'm going to say it and make it right. And it turns out they actually were in some ways, right? Because now we can look at Egypt and say the ancient Egyptians are an African civilization. These are people that, by and large, we probably would have looked at and thought, oh, these are black people.
When it comes to the 25th dynasty, a lot of people are going to commonly call them the Black Pharaohs. You see it online, there's books written titled that, so on and so forth. Do you feel like that distinction has to be made. And how I ask that is, I've noticed online a lot of people don't seem to think that for some reason you could be black and be Egyptian. And I've always kind of disagreed with that, because I feel like even though the ancients weren't colorblind per se, I feel that you could be black and be Egyptian. Would you say that is correct?
Yes, I think so. For instance, as I told you before, this kind of, for instance, of Nubian warriors that were settled in Egypt. At some time, they were living a perfectly Egyptian life, and they collaborated with the Egyptians and so on. I don't know if you have in mind, for instance, it's the representation of people carrying a Colossus statue. And there are rows of people, of young people, young soldiers, something like that. And you find Nubians, Egyptians, Libyans, and so on. There was this kind of idea that the local rulers rule, in fact, over say, multicultural society, probably in which the military component was quite important. Military contingents made Nubians of people from Asia, from Libya, and so on. So I think it was perfectly normal that these people, they were black, so they married Egyptians, or inversely, Nubian women, they married Egyptians, and so on. I think there is some evidence, for instance, in the documents of the New Kingdom, of this kind of, I don't know, of marriage between people from different geographical or cultural or ethnic roots. And I think it was no problem at all. As I said before, they could reach very important positions in the kingdom. And for instance, in the late Bronze Age, it was quite normal that very high, Nubians, a very high local position, they built their wonderful and excellent tombs in Egyptian style.
Y'all know him, right?
Positions in the Egyptian administration, so on. So why
We're
not?
gonna stop right there. Peace to the people. Y'all know that brother right there, right? First of all, let's do a favor. Y'all notice how I just consistently, without asking for nothing, continuously, it's just part of my character to want to disseminate this information. I don't really care, you know what I'm saying? I just know that it's cool and it makes me feel good. It also makes me feel good when I see y'all do simple stuff like the video. You know what I'm saying? Put up a comment. Say something, because that helps on y'all side. I can't do that. I can't, if I put up hella comments, it ain't gonna make it seem like the video popping. But if y'all do, it helps. So those contributions, the people who consistently put up comments, like, you know, Shizmu always make sure that his comments going off. And a lot of y'all do too. I appreciate that. Matter of fact, what's up with Obama? I was gonna say Obama. What's up with Obam? What's up with Chris? Big T, what's up? What's up with Zoltar, ATL Boy, Gaddafi, Auto Group, RTP, FTW, what's up? Wow. J Commodore, what's up with it? It's showtime. Yeah, we about to learn. Nice little chill. But I was just thinking about something. First, I stopped it on this brother right here. He's the lion on the battlefield. His name is Mighty Hepri. Mighty Hepri, being the lion on the battlefield. Peace to Chris. Glad to see you early. What's up with Amin? Amin Man Rasut Atum. Peace to you. Now, something that you're going to notice about this brother, this ain't even what we about to talk about eventually. You know how my show go. I got 3-4 hours on my hands. It's good. What's up, Haiti? Thanks for tapping in. I appreciate everybody saying what's up. Just making the video get more people already. Y'all see that? That be y'all who do that. So look. This is me addressing the term Nubian real quick. Now, something about Mai Hepri, not only did he leave us one of the most elaborate tombs from his period. One of the most elaborate, well put together tombs that they found. Peace to the sheriff, long time. I ain't seen you in a minute. And thanks for gifting those memberships. He also left us what they don't tell us is one of the longest Part M. Rules. You want to know how long his Part M. Rule is? Let's do the facts. We on the real show. We're going to talk about some relative clauses today and get in on some grammar, but we chilling right now. We're going to get some information. I'm going to go to Ushabitz, where they got all the text. Shout out for the comments. I'm going to Ushabitz, and we're going to go to the bottom. I think if you go all the way to the bottom, you can find my Hepri, right? Ushabitz.com. USHABTIS.com. In case you want to do this later. ATL boy with the contribution. This is a good morning. I'm going to start streaming in the morning mode. Shout out to you. I thought Maya Hepri's text was to be found at the bottom. Here we go, Maya Hepri. This is kind of like in the middle of the page, right? Now I'm going to click on the text in order to get some information to make sure I'm not disseminating nothing wrong. Oh, okay, it's 11.6 meters long. Y'all. Imagine that. How long is that? 30 feet, bruh? I think that's about 30 feet. So let me see. Peace to J Mill. Good to have you. Meters to feet. Man, that's 38 feet. All right. So here's this that we be looking at, talking about we gonna read it and decode it, bro. That's 38 feet. Now y'all know I'm crazy, right? So I gotta get my super phone. Where my super phone at? I gotta ask some questions. If I had a papyrus scroll that was 38 feet and I wanted to chop it down into 8 by 11 pages, how many pages would I have? It's calculating.
Assuming your papyrus scroll is wide enough, at least Math BF 11 inches wide, to accommodate the full width of an 8 times 11 inch page, you would have 57 pages. Here's the breakdown of the calculation. 1. Convert the scroll's length to inches. 2. Determine the dimension used per page. To maximize the number of pages from the scroll's length, the smallest page dimension, 8 inches, must be the length of the material cut for each page. The 11-inch dimension is assumed to be the width of the page cut from the width of the scroll. 3.
It's the height.
Calculate the number of pages. This calculation assumes a continuous cut and no material waste between pages.
So how many pages he say? 57? But he thought 11 was the width. So somebody wrote his book. His Part M Rule is a book. Think about that though. What if somebody wrote you a book? Like, okay, I'm going to write his book because he's my Akaru. That's kind of amazing to me. Right? But that ain't even what I wanted to talk to about him. The most egregious thing about how they deal with Maya Hepri is because he represented himself in this black effigy like this. They refer to him as a Nubian all the time, and it's kind of racist. It's hella racist. Because the ancient Egyptians wasn't racial like that, and you having a dark skin wouldn't make them call you one thing like that. Like, okay, you a Nubian. But because they see him represented like this, right? You can almost can't distinguish his skin color from his hair. You see what I'm saying? Every place you find them talking about Maya Hepri in Egyptology, they're talking about a Nubian. but he had a 30-page Book of the Dead in one of the best tombs left that we find. Oh, he said it's simple with bare walls. Okay, damn, I don't know why they said that. Let me see this. Thank you, Jamil. I know you've been there. So you say his Texas was elaborate, but his tomb ain't. I heard somebody. I have not been there, but I heard them say that they left us one of the. I'm just going to Wiki. I'll take what you say over Wiki. Let me see. You said it is. I'm pretty sure you got some pictures, huh? I know you got some pictures, and you probably already shared them with me. If you, that'd be dope, bro. If I could show some of that, right? But I ain't tripping. I ain't trying to ask you to stop what you're doing and do that. But I know you got pictures. I'm gonna look through the pictures you sent me right now and see if I can pull that up. Because J Mill be in the field. Let me see. So yeah, his text is what we should cite. I should cite about it being elaborate and not the tomb, and I'll take your word for that. Let me see. I know you got my Hepri in here somewhere. Let me go to share it with me. Now, when I go look at, I'm gonna put your email. Jamil is the creator. For some reason, man, I know you didn't unshare no shit, but when I look up, oh, it's because it's from your other in Africa, huh? Let me see. Well, I'm looking up a catalog of photos that we don't be having no other way to look at in this detail. I only found Tomb TT4, so let me show y'all. Like, not a ticket site to visit. Okay, thank you. These are some of the photos of J Mill from, I think TT40 is Horemheb. The Tomb of Hoy. The Tomb of Hoy, right? Amenhotep called Hoy. But I was just wanting to show y'all some of the details. And here goes something that's hella funny because these captives being brought into Egypt on ships have caused something to say Egyptians took Nubians as slaves. It's not big on my list. Jamil invited me to Egypt for next year. I think I might take him up on that trip. Thanks for the question, Universal Gap. But the state of Egypt and all that don't got me that enthused and stuff. But yeah, I'm definitely I'm thinking about it. But it ain't, it's not like, that's like a prerequisite for the study to go there is also, but some people confuse it with trying to be like an Egyptian. And I'm just a student. You feel me? But yeah, these are some great photographs. Right? And this is from another thing. I just was pulling up some of the quality of J Mill photo. Now, this is one I like because we can see the current state of this better than the British Museum. And we can see that somebody took this lady's face right here. This was the state of it recently, right? Because we talk about this text, and this is the only image that you can actually really read the glyphs from J Mill photos. You go get the one from British Museum, and you can't really get it that big. It won't let you zoom in this big. So, his brothers who be in the field. I'm gonna be out there soon. I'm well past. Again, thank you, ATL, for that contribution. I'm well past where I said I wanted to be with learning the glyphs before I made my first trip. Right? I'm tripping off this because this ain't even the 9 bows. I see this crown right here, and that's a preposition. And then I see a bow. Oh, that is 9. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. That is the 9 bows. See, if I look on my left monitor, I see it in lower definition. And if I look at the straight monitor, which I don't really reference because it got the streamer on it. But y'all probably got higher definition than me, so y'all probably could recognize some stuff quicker than I can on this Boosie monitor over here. But when I look straight, I can see stuff hella easy. But still, let's keep it popping. We talk about this a lot of the times, and this is one of the, see, it was this image where I could read this. Had it not been for this image, I'd have had to go visit the tomb myself. Because a lot of people couldn't break this down for us. You couldn't even tell there was no text here. It was looking like this to people. Feel me? So they was talking head. And I'm like, bruh, stop guessing, stop lying. Just read it. They're like, we ain't something to read. It ain't even nothing to read. Then I had to whip out that J Mill on them and say, well, what that say? Oh, well, let's do some lessons right now. So the tools for this show, first, I'm going to go back to the beginning. For anybody who intend to participate in the workshops we be doing, I just want you to know, messing up is what this show is all about. Because somebody going to correct you and you're going to get it right. So don't even feel like that's not a part of it. But first, I'm just going to go to what do I put? What am I looking for? I don't want to put the word damn alphabet. That's stupid. See, that makes me feel bad that I had to put that. Hieroglyph. Right? All right, look, Egyptian hieroglyphs right on Wiki, but they about to give you, I mean, you could go to whatever chart, but they will give you a starting point. Now, this is what I'm talking about. We all know there's thousands of glyphs, right? But let me see if I can find this chart. The ones that line up with the English language are the first glyphs to learn. I'm sorry. Let me see. I thought they had a chart in here. I'm gonna go to a book. Instead of doing that, so Boosie, and I got the book open right here. All right. This is the real way to do it, not on Wiki. I just was tripping. Now look, this bilaterals, you ain't tripping off them yet. You just about to get them base regular glyphs. Uniliterals. Now look right here. But they're not showing you the glyphs, so hold up. He's showing you the sounds. Right here, this page. Start with this page, man. J.P. Allen is this book. You could, any glyph book. This is the page, the unilateral signs. Dedicate that to your memory a little bit. Because in order to participate, we don't demand that you know what every word means first. Right? You just gonna learn how to be parsing and reading and starting to learn some grammar a little bit. Enough to encourage you maybe to take a course or go sit up under somebody for real. I don't think nobody gonna be watching this show and think they get a full grasp of it. The people who try that often come on the show and show that they're not getting a complete grasp of it. They're getting a grasp of what we be talking about, but then when something pop on the screen that we ain't been talking about, That's what your teacher would have told you about, or that's what the book would have told you about. So you see me read, but I've been reading these books for 10 years. Like, it takes some humility. Like, look, dude, when we read stuff like this, I know how I am. And either if I start reading all slow to absorb what I'm not absorbing, my brain drift off. Right? And so I could read a book and read the whole book and only absorb 30% of what I just read. I know I'm not the only person like that, but I'm saying that's part of the game. Unless you studying for a test where you got to absorb, piece to Detroit, piece to Shazmoo, Universal. Unless you studying for a course, are you a better student than me? You know, I only be absorbing, I can read the whole book. So that's why I'm saying, okay, read it again. And I pay attention to the parts I didn't absorb last time. Because you be trying to read it, and if you ain't absorbing it, if you just want to be finished reading it, but you're going to start just skim reading through some stuff just to finish. You know what I'm saying? And so I always say, okay, read that book from the beginning again. But just for this participation, we can simply talk about some of this. As we see the hieroglyph over here, unilaterals, excuse me, I said lateral, like Polite said that one time. Unilaterals, right, are glyphs with one sound. And this sound, even though this sound is represented by two consonants, those consonants is ran together. And it's a KH sound. So in transliteration, in this transliteration system, you use this. Now let's talk about that. These are some of the basics that people don't understand what we be talking about. So I just want to show you something. If I go here and put ancient Egyptian transliteration systems, or just transliteration, right? And come here, you're going to not just see one system. You're going to see at least 6 systems. Let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 7. Wait, it looked like 8. Dude, 7 systems, right? And when we look through the text, even when in the TLA, this is one of my problems. Because strictly, which one is the German system? That's the one the TLA use, right? And so I think that's Armand in them. Or maybe Armand Grappo is probably going to be the same thing, separated by one glyph. Now this EA Wallace Bud system, and we tell our peers to avoid that system because it'll make you render some stuff a little bit different. And if you look through his text, he always inject the vowels, but we don't know what the vowels were. But now you see, so I don't want to say Gardner is an American system. I don't know where he was coming from. He probably was English. But if you look at some of the discrepancies, the differences in how some of these scholars transliterate these different things. And then the last one is manual decodage, the one we use for going into the computer glyphs like this. Let me show you, like JSETch. The code that we use to make glyphs pop up in documents like these or apps like these is manual decodage in a computer. So to keep it real, all of these other systems are good to know for textbooks and our study, but this is the one that we know for right now. As you see, it say 1988. And all of these got different dates. But you might be reading his book, and you need to know what he say mean what. And so that's where you find that out. Now, manual decodage is what we're referring to, so you're going to notice a capital A, but do they got a lowercase a on here? Well, see, yeah, they do, because I was looking for it. So you notice the difference between what a capital A represents in the glyphs and a lowercase a represents in the glyphs. This is why when we go to the TLA, you'd be like, why you got a capital A all in the middle of the word? It's because of that. Because you using a coded system to let them know which glyphs you're referring back to. Now, here's something that people mess up. And you start reading, we be reading. Let me show you something. This is now, I'm just going to come on the screen for a hot second just to say peace and then talk about this real quick. Because for scholastic purposes, we read transliteration. When I say for scholastic purposes, if I'm looking at a piece of paper on my screen right here and you can't see it, and there's an N, a T, and an R, for scholastic purposes to let you know what I'm talking about, I will read that N, that T, and that R. Now, the system of reading that, you know you can't read an N and a T and an R. You have to inject vowels. But we don't know what the vowels were. So the system we refer to as a system Egyptologists convened upon that said, let's just inject E's when we don't know what the vowels are. So if I had an N, a T, and an R, I would say netcher or netter, right? And we could talk about that, but that's irrelevant, right? That's for scholastic purposes, that we're reading that transliteration in order to be able to dialogue on it. But when you start trying to, I don't really do, I just consist about reading the text where pronunciation is less of your pronunciation ain't really the focus in reading the text. Getting the meaning is the focus. You see what I'm saying? And there is a field where they strictly concerned with pronunciation, and it requires a lot of different things. And so I don't want nobody to think, even if we say in certain terms, it probably wasn't said like that. We can scholastically. And here's another thing I want to show you. It's just a phenomenon that, because you ain't supposed to read transliteration, Unicode represents the sounds more accurately, right? But it's just a phenomenon with, dang, why am I skipping through all these pages? It's just a phenomenon with ancient Egyptian that the transliteration kind of lines up with the Unicode sounds. And I don't know if it was done like that on purpose, since Unicode was developed afterwards, right? But if we come down to the Unicode that shows how you're supposed to pronounce certain things, you'll see that what they have there is, and not this, I'm talking about something else. So, but you'll see that, let me see. You see that it lines up kind of precisely, if I can find it. So yeah, with the IPA, I apologize. I was saying Unicode, International Phonetic Alphabet. Yeah, I knew I was messing up right there. With the IPA. Apologize. So now they're showing you actually the phonetic values over here, not in the transliteration. Feel me? And that's where people be messing up. But look, if you look at the phonetic values, they almost be the same, right? And so, for instance, the phonetic value of this Uchik is actually the W. The phonetic value of the B is actually a B, and the P is actually a P. And the F is actually an F, the M is actually an N. So these do sound like an M and an N, these consonants. But I could talk about that forever. I just wanted to lay out some good first things to learn in order to be able to follow this. So let's just go over some of this. This is like the KH sound. If we go back to right here, we'll see this with the underlying H. And if we went and tracked what that H sounds like in the Unicode, it'll give us the KH sound, right? Right here, look. See KH. And they saying X, but how do you pronounce X? Or whatever. So, and these, I mean, this is useful if you don't got Gardner's book. This information is right here. This is also a KH sound. But let's see how they show that in the Unicode. It might be a softer one, or it might be a softer KH sound. And it ain't gonna appear right here because, look, it's not appearing right here for a particular. There we go. And we'll look at this. Then I'm just gonna keep going. They say KH, but maybe HY as in I mean the H like the H in human. And right here it got it over some type of C or speculatively X. I don't know what this C with this understroke thing is, but whatever. All I'm encouraging is, first, just learn these. So they got this as a Z, because they say it may have morphed into a Z. This door bolt, straight line with the little two things in the middle, you're gonna notice these connection here. When you identify it, you're going to make the S sound or a Z sound. Same thing with this. Now I'm glad they got it. They say a bolt of cloth. What is a bolt of cloth? I guess if you tie a knot out of cloth. I don't know. This will give you the S sound. It's often how we identify the causative S because it's often written with this S. Not never with this S or Z, right? A depression in the earth. A place where a pool or water can form a little lake. So it's like a depression, but it's linked to water often. And they saying shin is the SH sound. It's like a Q sound. You probably won't even need to know it's a hill. But yeah, it's like the side of a hill. So when we do the readings, and I open up the text right here, feel me? You ain't gotta know. If you know that this is an R sound, we'll tell you the rest. We'll be like, oh, that looked like the preposition R. And this looks like her ka, but it got a oot. So it looks like one who ruled, but it might not be. It could, you know what I'm saying? And so they say this Nimtinaki. So this will be up here. So if this is two, one who ruled, let's go back and see. They just say small cattle up there. That's why I don't be, man, I don't know. But I'm not working this out right now. I'm just showing you how we would actually do it. Now I'm getting caught up. Look, there's nothing transliterated under this, which makes me think it was on this last page. But the last thing they're talking about is swine, his small cattle I don't see on here. And then they got this, so that ain't even on there either. Unless you're going to try to call that small cattle. But anyway, that's not what I was coming here for. We'll read that in a moment. So that'll be just a good starting point to participate. What's up with the chat? What's up with the peoples? When we was leaving off on this story, this brother here, Nimtinaki, was acting bad. And he was preparing, he was starting a scheme. He was trying to set up to rob Shiketi the farmer. So that's something that's crazy too. Because on your way to Kemet, you could get robbed. Right? And the story tells us how to get out of it. But I don't know where we was at in the story, so let me try to find it. That's the end. And we learned a lot from reading the story just to fill people in. He started in the Wadi Hammamat. And he said, man, check this out. I'm about to descend to Kemet. He used the word for descending, which leads us to believe he could have just been at a higher altitude. I've always argued that, nah, this let us know that Kemet was deeper into Egypt because he was in Egypt when he said that. If the argument that he wanted to go to the Black Silk, he would have found that more easily available by going strictly east on foot. But he said he went south. Now, here's another thing I want people to explain. First, he said he descended. And then he said, later he said, so he went south. But when I first started studying or whatever, and you hear about the river flowing from south to north, so people be like, south was north, north was south. I need all us who be watching this show to understand that that ain't how that works. I don't know which book. I think I wrote that in my first book. It might be in my second book, but it's about up-south orientation. And I know a few of my people understand that, but I was talking about this stuff on Instagram, and it's like a wider audience. And hella people was chiming in with their elementary Kemet knowledge, trying to erroneously correct me and shit. But I didn't take no offense to it. Right? I just was like, roll the eyes. But I need us to understand that the cardinal points was not different. Their orientation was. South was still south. North was still north. But since the river flowed from south to north, and they came from the south, and the river flowed from a higher altitude ultimately, not in their general vicinity, but going down to us, down south, that's our orientation. They was going up to them, up south, and that's what's different. They wasn't thinking, they didn't have the cardinal points inverted and need to be corrected at a later point in time. They knew north was north and south was south. But south was up and north was down. So you flipped, now we look at the map and north is up. Because our orientation got Europe on the top and they turned the map that way. Maps used to be sideways, all kind of different ways. But that orientation to put Europe on the top is how we're oriented with this down south. But they had up south. So that's why he say he gonna go upstream. So which way you going if you're going upstream if the river starts flowing from the south to the north? If it's flowing from the south to the north and you're going upstream, you're going south. Feel me? Let's see. We read all of this. This was the donkey for 10 times the value. He gonna take it away for filling his mouth with barley. This is where we was at. I just seen what it said, but let's try to work it out. Now, hold on. Let's look at the last word on here that we see. Do you see Shema on here? So the last thing on here is Ren FM bot or Ref M bot, right? Not Net Shema. I'm just showing y'all. That's not on here. And this ain't the, well, Phil, his mouth is right there. Or Phil, his mouth is right here. Filling his mouth. But I want to just see what's going on first. Because this is way over here. So basically this transliteration starts over here. And that's where this sentence is starting. So I'm going to just leave off this whistle barley. Y'all see the barley, right? But here go the word for barley up here. So we're going to start from where we just identified. And we already identified that's that U particle that we've been talking about that let us know that this is the beginning of a sentence. Now, what happens when you see a E like this attached to the U particle? Then you just could say I. If it mandates that, it could be I or me. Now, this is Gert. And I'm not knowing what he's saying right there, but he Gert, I know that much. Now I what? See, they don't put nothing for Gert either. That's so crazy. Look, they put now I. Look, this is the now I they saying. Gert, what they got for Gert? Nothing, because they go straight to knowledge. Why they be doing that, I don't know. Well, let's see if we can figure it out. All right, let's go to the dictionary. Why did they skip that word? GRT. It may be some type of a particle. Get more, oh yeah, see, it's a particle, told you. So when they do that, it's not a word. I mean, they need to represent it. It's right here, it say moreover, bruh. And it could be too, but I'm giving them that credit. That they just saying it's like a part of speech that is not a noun, a verb, or adjective, or it's a enclitic particle. Else they would have put, I mean, they should still put moreover or something, but whatever. We can see why that's happening on the text. Right? Let's see if moreover makes sense. I, moreover, don't, yeah. Well, let's just read it. Now I, and if this was moreover, now this word is knowledge. Rec. All right. Now, when you see a word like this with this type of let me see, is this dependent real quick? It's not independent. Yeah, when you see it with this type of a dependent pronoun behind it, he said it gives nuance. Thank you, Chris. When you see it with this type of independent pronoun behind it, we know that this right here is a state of construct. So that means, I mean, my easiest way to say a state of, all right, now we're going to refer to the phone, the master phone. But my easiest way to say a state of construct is it refers to him being in a state of whatever. Somebody said, Smash, thanks for playing the video Oh no, I ain't tripping off that. I'm sorry. Yeah, shout out to you, family. Anyway, he said it, I didn't. But rat cool right here. You all right? So we got the rat cool. So look, here go your knowledge. Like so, for instance, that means to know. But if you go in on this word, you'll start to see that the reason why we even say the reason why, and I don't want. I'm just giving you a side note. The reason why we even say to in the Bible to know a woman was to have been with her, right? Remember they say a woman no man has known. That mean ain't nobody hit that, right? Now, strangely enough, if I take this word for knowledge, rek, and then we go into the ancient Egyptian dictionary, watch this. I'm gonna put RX, and it's gonna tell us it means to know, but look at what it says right here. Rek, to copulate, to know a woman sexually, or to diagnose. That means, oh, you know what's going on, right? So peep game on how having intimate knowledge of a woman, even in the Bible, that was before the Bible. They was in Egypt like, oh, I know her. Not like we say it now. Because now you know somebody, it just means you're familiar with them. But that knowledge of someone intimate, it did lie in this word of rek also. But I don't want to leave it at that. I just was making that point. If you continue, you see wisdom and knowledge of things. This is reket, where we getting things right here. Yeah, I was banging for a minute, but you know, that's only when motherfuckers be talking crazy. I prefer to be on shit like this, you know what I'm saying? But yeah, I mean, it's like he like Ja Rule to me, you know what I'm saying? You're gonna get it forever. But anyway, knowledge. So now we got another way to using knowledge and another way to using knowledge. But in this knowledge, it's your female friend. You tripped off that. Now, you could say this don't go back to the root of knowledge, but they're showing you it just say knowledge right here. So this is like, I don't even want to, well, you know, I guess this is a part of simple. I don't know how this is working to say a female friend, but we get the picture. But that ain't what we was talking about right here. This is just knowledge and this has the, I was about to say the wrong thing. It has this dependent pronoun ku or kui. They just put ku. But if you look in some books, you might want to say kui. And this is saying that he exists in this state. Now I was about to go to the super phone real quick. Because if you got Gemini, I'm telling y'all, forget Chat GPT and everything. Slap Gemini app on your phone, and it's doing the best right now. So let's talk about it. Art, explain the ancient Egyptian state of.
The ancient Egyptians' understanding of matter began with the concept of nu, or nun.
No, you got it wrong. So it didn't hear what I said. Explain the grammar of an ancient Egyptian state of clause. See, it's a state of clause.
The ancient Egyptian state clause refers to the stative, also called the old perfective, a non-verbal predicate that indicates the state or condition of the subject, usually resulting from a prior action. Form. It is formed by adding special suffix endings directly to the verbal stem, which primarily agree with the person and number of the subject. Function. It functions like an adjective or past participle in English, describing the subject's current state. Example, pr.k, you are gone, / having gone, uses the stative form of the verb to go out and means you are in a state of having gone out. Usage. It is often used in subordinate clauses, like circumstantial clauses, or after an auxiliary particle like I, W to form a main clause. Distinction. It is distinct from other verbal forms, like the SDM.F forms, that primarily describe an action or event.
I'm telling you, bro. And so that's why I say a stative is just saying that he's in that state. So how do you think, if this word is knowledge, how do you say you're in a state of knowledge? You say, I know, right? So if we look down, it should say, I see. That's why we know we're going to hit the translations already right. Because he's saying, I'm in a state of knowledge. I know. Now, what does he know? He knows Neb. Now, if what he knew, if he knew all of something, then Neb would be modifying the knowledge. Neb would probably have to be right in this position. Because this word could mean a lord or a master if it's in the front position. But it can mean a all or every or any if it's in the adjectival position, which it would be behind the noun. Now, if he's in a state of knowledge or he knows, right? This is not all, but he knows the Lord or the master. This would be a ni or of, but they just put an in. But if it don't matter because he's the master of the district, Sapat. And the word district ain't on the screen. So what happened here in the story? And this is the part where the beef about to pop off. Because he said, look, partner, you trying to rob me for my donkeys, but you tripping. Let me come on the screen as I narrate the story and bring y'all up to business. Look, so remember in the beginning, I don't even know. This is what is unanswered in the story. Why did he go to his wife in the first place and say, I'm about to go down to Kemet? He said it was to buy food, but what is that indication that it wasn't no famine because he took some stuff? I'm just saying. So he went down to Kemet. They loaded up the donkeys. He got on his trail. He ran into this dude named Nimti Naki. Nimti Naki was shady because he was like, what did he do? He blocked the path. He said, damn, I see this dude with his donkeys and all this stuff. If only I had some divine image to block the path. And you will never remember the story like this if we don't read it like this. That's why it's good to read them like this. So he said, this is the ancient schemer, the first ancient schemer, the first ancient shyster, written in text. Because he started scheming and he told his servant, hey, run and go get me that cloth. They called it a cape. Run and go get that cloth. And then he put the cloth over the whole path. And you got to imagine that the path was dirt anyway. And there's water on the left of the path on the embankment. And to the right of the path is his barley. So the dude who is Shaketi, whose name was Ku in Anpu, right? Shaketi, he said, bruh, no, first Nimti Naki said to him, so you just gonna step on my cloth? You just gonna step on my clothes? As he walking by with his donkeys, but he's scheming on him. And Shaketi was like, oh, so you blocked me? And he said, no, I'm not gonna step on your clothes. My path is good. But the embankment the water is up to the embankment. You got your cloth right here and it's barley over here. I'm gonna go a different way. And he said, oh, you gonna go through my barley? That's what Nimti Naka said. We read all of that. He said, I ain't gonna go through your barley. While they arguing, the donkey eat some of the barley. And Nimti Naka said, oh, your donkey that ate my barley, bro. Now he got a reason to rob him. So he's like, oh, your donkey didn't ate my barley. You tripping. I'm taking your donkey. Took his donkey. But his donkey got all his belongings on the back. So he really just robbed him cold. On his way to Kemet is the colder part. Right? And so this is right after that happened, because he filled his mouth with a wisp of barley. That's the donkey. Now this is when you're going to find out the eloquent farmer shouldn't be considered a peasant. Because he said, I'm going to buy my donkey back for 10 times the value if you take it away for filling his mouth with barley. But he about to boss up on him right here. And when he whipped out this knowledge, Nimti Nacky going to get mad. And so we see that this was a state of, how they put it, he's in a state of knowledge. What is he in a state of knowledge of? The Lord or the master of what? This is why he get mad. Of this, y'all. So let's slow down. Let's let somebody put it in the, I don't want to mess it up. Put it in the comment section. Put it in the chat. What is he telling the dude who trying to rob him? He like, bruh, you trying to take my stuff? I have knowledge of, I know the Lord of what? Please, somebody put it in the chat. Y'all know that word. Archer, somebody could slap that up there for the people. No, not of every estate. Come on, bro. Look at the word. Read the word. You be guessing. Somebody gonna put it up there. Put it up there, Shazmoon. You know what that say. I ain't gonna wait for too long. So, if we didn't know what this said, how will we figure it out? There's a few tools we got to figure it out. Let's go to JSesh. And I'm gonna go to the window, right? Since ain't nobody put it up in the chat yet. I'm gonna go right here and I'm gonna go to low, broad, no, low, is that broad or narrow? It's both, but I'm gonna go to low, broad signs. Yeah, thank you, the district. Thank you for putting it up. I knew what you put by putting the district, but I'm still gonna show people, it's the district, it's a smaller, immortal. It's a smaller thing for a sapat. Right? And so it's not under low broad signs. I know what it's really under. It's under land, and it gotta be under N23 N. It gotta be under N. So let's look. See, this is a smaller version of this. But you don't see all of the lines, you just gotta peep gang. So we're gonna find it looking like that. It's still gonna be that. A sapat. A sapat, and see all of these that got that on there, that's how you read them too. Knowing that this got something to do with a district. Right? But let's find the one so people can see. Now, if it ain't on there, it's still the word sapat. And I can just prove it since we got the scholastic text open, right? By going like this. Go back up, go over, and we're going to see SPT. The Sapat, S-P-A-T. So that's a this Sapat, or this district. Now the this is going to always be after what it's talking about. So here goes the this. Demonstratives refer to the noun before them. In English, the demonstratives refer to the noun after them. We say this car. But in ancient Egyptian, you don't do it like that. You say car this. So this is a sapat or a district. So now let's follow the story as we learn. Because he's getting robbed. Dude just told him he's going to take his donkeys, but he tried to boss up. This was going to cause him to get his ass whooped. This is why you can learn from ancient Egyptian stories. Never boss up when getting robbed. Always be humble when getting robbed, bro. You ain't never got robbed, you tripping. You don't know how to get out of it without getting shot in the pot. Bro. What else you need? Hey, you need a bus pass? I got something in my sock too. Take this too, bro. You was gonna forget this, bro. Get up out of here. Cops coming. Nah, I'm gonna tell you though, in the town, only one time I was hella stupid and young, blood. Put myself out there, straight got robbed. But one time in the town, though, it happened just like it happened to. So he had to tell this story to somebody, and we see it written in the text. I'm just saying on YouTube. I was so young and dumb, blood, and I already know where all the weed spots is at in Oakland, bro. But I wanted to smoke, got robbed. I ain't had no weed, right? And I went down right on my block on 8 Deuce, some old busters. I don't even know who they was, but I was leaking. Because just how I was leaking, something I learned how not to do after that age. I was probably like 18, 19. But y'all remember, now you got to be from the hood. I don't care if we talk about ancient Egypt, we having a segue real quick. It was a point in life when the spots wasn't established to where what they had what, right? And I don't care if you admit it. It was a point in time where cats would pull up in the car and go like this to people standing on the corner. I don't even care if you're willing to admit it or if you've been through that or nothing. You could be in the 90s, bruh. Hey, you could be in the 90s, bruh. Hey, that's something nobody ever called me. I slapped the shit out you. Shut up, punk. Shazmoo, I'm talking to you. Hey, look, you could be in the 90s, right? And pull up on somebody going like this. And then you hop out the car and y'all bust a move. Right? Huh? Yeah, you be looking frail body too, Shazmoo. Watch how you talk to me, family. All right, now let's keep it popping. Hey, I'm just keeping it a buck. Hey, so that was bad for me. Because it was one night when I hopped out and you want to call niggas names, bro, I stay right where I'm at. You can see what that do for you, bro. Like, you want to keep pressing that line, go right ahead. Hey, so I hopped out the car, you feel me? And dude was like, over here. I had on a fat puff coat, North Face 90s in the 90s when that was cracking. Man, dude got me for my North Face, pulled out a pistol right there. He had no weed. Boy had a pistol. Just like this. I'm like, oh, bro. He's like, give me that coat. I'm like, damn, what's hella cold, huh? I really was joking about everything else, but that experience taught me about how just not to be young, stupid, and how valuable life was, and not to be like putting myself out there for stupid little reasons. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was like, that was ridiculous. And what I did after that was even worse, but I'm not going into that part. Because then I was just thinking, oh, you gotta find these people. Nah, that's all that stuff is dumb, bro. So sorry if that messed up the content we was doing. Huh? He got mad because I said I slapped the shit out you after he said you was Mark. That's the type of language that you get when you say shit like that, but well, now let's go. So he said he knows the Lord of the district. Hey, y'all remember that in the night? Thank you. He said that was in the 2002. Okay, thank you. So you made me feel better, Malcolm, because I thought I was out here ancient. You remember how boosie we was as some youngsters doing dumb shit, bruh? The extent of my dumb stuff didn't hurt other people, though. Right? Yeah. So, I know the Lord of this district. This district. Now let's continue. So this word can mislead some people, but it's just like a commoner, right? It's just like a commoner. No, this ain't this. This is a different word. Najess is this word. So if he said he know my man said we did bikes, phones, and sneakers at the basketball games and stuff. I don't know, man. I was staying out of the way, bro. It wasn't cool for me. I wasn't liking to be in that environment, man. Like, oh man, why you still talking about that shit? Let that go, family, please, please. God damn, niggas don't know how to let shit go or nothing. Nothing you learn in the hood, motherfuckers don't know how to do. Motherfuckers just keep persisting about shit, huh? Like, God damn, bro. Niggas is gang goofy. I swear to God. So, Najets, it simply means a commoner. But they got this overseer here, this Emmy Per, and that's probably referring to him, which is possibly like we know they say high steward or the overseer of the house. But they saying right here, I know the lord of the district, we read all that. This district, now why is it saying the just? Commoner, the overseer of the house, and then I guess we're gonna do his name right here. Marensi, not Maru, son of Rensi. Right? Yeah, Maru, son of Rensi. And that's the man right there. Now, this looks like the independent pronoun after this. It looked like it say he. So after Maru, son of Rensi, we should see he. The high steward, yeah. Oh, okay, hold on. It belongs to, we didn't say that. Because I said Najess. I knew that wasn't, okay. That's not Najess. So let me show you this. This is Nisi, but I didn't understand this as Nisi. Maybe y'all will understand that was Nisi, but this is a sense of belonging because we got the generative adjective belong, and this is it. So it's like it belongs to the overseer of the house, the high steward, Rensi. So now he's telling them, man, check this out. You doing all this in the district, and he is the one who restrains everything. Let me see something. I don't know what I just did. Sorry about that. All right, cool. Hold up. So I'm going to open up the chat. Let me see. This is where we was at? Nope, the high steward Renzi, nope. So he just told him he know the high steward. I'll pop out. We can start reading now. Open up the chat. Whatever. But I just messed up and skipped to a different part of the text. So, excuse me. Dang, I went way all the way down here. All right, man, I must have skipped to the iggity end. I'm gonna go back find it though. Hold up. With the high Stewart Renzi? Nope. Still. Because he ain't got beat up yet. All right, here we go right here. Look. So he said, now I know the Lord of the district. It belongs to the high steward Renzi, the son of Maru. He is one who restrains every thief in the entire land. So he gonna say, now shall I be robbed in his district? Let me open up the link. I'm opening up the link. Hold up. Let me share this link. If I can. Yeah, that was his ancient way. That's what got him beat up. Name dropping. Let me see. $25 people watching. Shout out to y'all in the building. Hopefully we can get back to the learning and chilling. Bow. Pin the message. Anybody want to tap in? There go the link. All right. So he asking, now I shall be robbed in this district. Do y'all want to read that? It looked like it's saying, so I really don't know how to say that. Entire land. Okay, there go the entire land. So let's work this out, this grammar. On, I understand on is, but they using it as an introductory particle, so they're using it as the noun. But this owl 2F is shall I be robbed? So we got to look up the awa word to prove that this is to be robbed. A-W-A. Steal. To steal goods, to rob, right? So now he's saying, why are they saying, shall I now be robbed? Notice how this is started with the N particle, the yin particle, and not, I mean, I'm calling this a particle now. I don't think it's a preposition. Let's go back. Of the entire land, period. This is the end of this sentence. This sentence is starting with this N as a particle. But it could be not a particle. It could be acting as a interrogative. Let's go look. It could be saying it's a question. I-N. It normally means by, right? Oh, but no, it ain't going to help us to do that in this book. Because it's going to take me to the wrong end. So let me put J-N, and it ain't going to work in this book, yeah. How about Y-N? It ain't going to work in this book. I would have to go to a different book. I can still show that, but. So, what was I just saying? I'm going to go to this. I want to see something about this. And I can sorry I didn't finish this. I encourage you to finish that. What I want to go look at is something that goes like this. All right, let me see something. Interrogatives and nominal sentences. See? So I'm wondering, is it interrogative? Yeah, it is. Look. But that's yin me. Yin plus me, I want to see. Here we go. See? So we are correct because it says the word yin and ter are both particles. So we identified that, right? But it says, and they are not translated, okay? It says the pronoun me in nominal sentence is almost always used after yin. And it says a combination of yin me was evidently pronounced as one word, which became nim in Coptic. The same pronunciation today exists already in Middle Egyptian, since we occasionally find the spelling Nima, right? But what is he going to say about it? Oh, now look what it means. Oh, that's pater. But he's not giving us the yin by itself. He's just doing me. He's telling us what the combination of yin and me does, and what the yin and ter do, they're particles. So I knew it was a particle. Oh, he said it ain't translated and are not translated. So therefore, we can continue. So this is just telling us that now we see we got a 2F, right? And we went over this yesterday. Let's see if my memory is on here. So this is perspective and it's passive. All right, so let's look at this owl to see what that means again. And anybody can feel free to hit the link. It's all good. Let me see. To steal, to rob, right? So then we notice this is passive and it is perspective. No, it's not a statement of fact, but that's a good guess. It's passive and it's perspective. Perspective means it's in the future, right? And it's passive, so he's not robbing nobody. Somebody gonna rob him. The action gonna get done on him. So he's saying, will I get robbed? Shall I be robbed? See? Now this ref, where's the ref? Because the ref is at the end. See, that's true. They go to the end of the 2E. Ref, but that ain't got the rest of this on here. In this district is not on here. In this district. In his district. Whatever. So he's saying, I know the owner of this district, bro. His name is, he told him his name. Then he said, so am I going to get robbed in the district and I know the man who owned it? Now watch how this caused him to get his ass whooped. That's why I didn't say when I got robbed, I didn't say that. Because I lived right up the street and I should be like, who the fuck is you? I don't know you from around here. He would have shot me. You feel me? And I didn't do that. I stayed humble. And I gave up with the goods. And he didn't shoot me. But watch what happens to this right here. Peace to Haley. Thanks for tapping in. Let me know when your mic is right, and I'm going to get this up in the Zoom.
Hello.
What's up?
Bless up, King. Everything's good.
Working.
I've got a lot of devices on here, so I'm trying to work them all at the
Oh, it's all good.
work them all at the same time. I'm good lesson. I appreciate you, man.
Oh, word up. Appreciate you too.
No, I'm not the best guy at all at doing this here. I'm trying to come up to. I've been doing something for a little while here. But not to take you off your thing, I just want to say to you, when you done the rack early on.
When I had what?
Done the rack.
Oh, the knowledge?
Yes, to know. I done that word some time back, you know.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and what you said about the woman, I said, oh yeah, for real, for real, for real. And I knew that, but also because when I write a paper on my introduction and I use these different words means to know like gnostic and whatnot, and rack is the origin of all of that.
Yes, it is. That concept, we can see it clearly reflected in that term.
Yeah, exactly. And people keep saying, well, how could they know? But I found there's a lot of words from out of the ancient Maginata that is in our modern lexicon, even though we don't see it, but it's there.
Yep. It
But I
appears
just
that
want to say
way.
that there because, like, I thought that was very interesting when you brought it up. Because, like I said, I'd done this already. I'm going to add that to my paper. Because I said there's a lot of words that we utilize today that we don't know the origin of.
What's up with Jose?
What's up, Slash?
Just working through the text, trying to identify some grammar. What's up with you?
I want to say something, but I don't want to distract from the grammar.
It's all good. Say what you got to say, then we'll get back to it.
Right. I'm supposed to do a presentation tonight on A1's platform.
Whose platform?
Say it again?
Whose platform?
Say it again?
Whose platform?
A1. It's called Coliseum of Arguments, Titans Debate.
Coliseum of Arguments. I'm going to check it out.
Right. Now, there's a whole backstory behind why I'm doing the presentation, but
I don't need to hear the whole backstory, though.
I know. Okay. I know you didn't want to explain that. No problem. But
I'm just saying, though, because that's what's going to throw us off. But the plug is all good. So tell us what the debate is about, and then we can continue.
No, it's not a debate.
Oh, what's the presentation about?
To be honest, somebody, somebody who was on who's familiar with me from the platform said I can't put together a presentation. So I just use that as a reason to put together a presentation.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. It's all good. But so where we at? Somebody want to tackle from where we left off? We got the jet on, said by Nimti Naked this. So this will keep repeating throughout the text. And there's a way that we will familiarize ourselves with seeing this statement said by or jet on Nimti Naked this. So he about to say something.
Slash.
Yes.
The first word. Is that Kemet? Is that a part of Kemet?
It's a district. It's a word for a district. The district could be anywhere. The district happened to be in Kemet, yes, but it just means a district.
Okay. No, I was asking because I wasn't familiar with some of the glyphs.
So honestly, in this text, he's on his way to Kemet. He's on his way to Kemet, and so the real answer would be no. That district is just a district on his way to Kemet.
Okay.
So we see the next word is going to start with this reed leaf. Let's keep that in mind because we know this is pen, and we got confirmation of that right there, that this reed leaf ain't in this word. So when we go to the next line, let's remember it starts with a reed leaf. So this has a reed leaf in for it. So reed leaf in front of an N is that preposition on. Now I learned something new about this pie bird last night, but reading some book. But I forgot what I learned. It didn't stick with me, so I'm gonna read it again. But what I learned was that this could be, it could say something else that I never heard nobody say it could say. But right now, that's not what's happening. It might be what's happening, because it shouldn't say pie. It shouldn't say pie poo. Pie poo. Oh, yep. See, I think this is exactly the instant. Dude, this is crazy. I learned about this last night, and now it's popping up in my face. So I bet you ain't nobody about to be able to say what this say, because I bet you, I want some of the people who hella raw in the chat to stop to prove they don't know what this is happening. Go ahead. Anybody? No, it's easy because I know I didn't know until last night, and so I'm betting on myself that I don't think not a lot of people knew about this.
Cool.
So what? Why is it a pa? If pa is the definite article the, then why would a form of a demonstrative be after it? This or that is. That is don't make sense, huh?
Wow. Is it saying that is or the is?
It's doing something that that we never knew Pa to do. So let me see if I can pull it up in the book. Maybe it was JP. I don't think it was JP Allen, but where's the other book at, man? Hold on. They tripping. Damn, it ain't showing up. Well, I don't know if I'll be able to show you. But just like it often happens, it's probably going to be someplace around. Let me see. It's about negation, I think. And it's a negation that no one ever heard talk about. I could be wrong, but it could be a pa negation. Anybody know about pa for negation? We know about the N and the N for negation. There's a rarer M of negation as he's talking about right here. That's the N on the double N's. Oh, here comes Chris. Thank you. I think he's gonna say I'm right or wrong. It's the pa. It's the pa. I think that's a pa of negation. Let me see if I'm right. Because I was just reading about it last night. I said, uh-oh. Adjective with predicate pa. Hold on. Here go a pa too. Let's see. Not. Okay, hold on. Look. All right, look. The negation of adjective with synthesis. Besides its use as negation of they talk about nin still. Hold on. Hold on. I want to see when they talking about the pa. What's up, Chris? You know what's up with that?
Peace. What you reading? Which part you
It's this weird pa. I'm gonna show you right here. And it's so if this was the definite article pa for the, why would it be a poo after it? Feel me? You can't say definite article demonstrative.
Right, but so it's starting with yen.
Yeah, the yen, yep.
Right. So sometimes pa by itself, since this form looks like a poo or maybe not an poo b, not quite, but maybe an poo. Pa itself can be a noun, like so. I know it can mean the, but it can also mean like that one, or like the one that. So whatever it is, it has to be something that's nominal because it has that poo after it. It's not a verb here. Pa can be a verb too. But
now, I think I got you because this might be this different instance of pa, Chris. And I'm thinking
pa being a verb,
pa being negation, bro. I read it last night and I'm trying to find it in the book. So this is how I'm trying to confirm this because let's read the sentence that they got. Look, it says not. But is no confirmed negation in this sentence. Feel me? And I just read last night doing some studying in a different book. I thought it was J.P. Allen. Something about a pa being used for negation in rare instances. Now, if not that, let's answer the question first. Where's the negation? This is not the proverb that people say.
Yeah, nah, it's I see that this could be poo as well. But
yeah, so they were the demonstrative, this, and they saying that that's negating it. Because we know it's starting with the on. If we look up here to this reed leaf,
Right.
That's proven starting
That
with
goes down below.
So I'm trying to find it in the book. It was just he was like, in a very rare case, you will see a pi bar for negation. So
Yeah,
I'm
I
gonna see.
haven't seen pi being used as a negation.
Yeah, I know. I have never seen it till last night. I don't know if Houston, but I have never seen it. Let me see.
Pi as a negation.
Yeah, and if I'm wrong, then I could be wrong. But it's just fresh in my memory from last night. I was like, what? And so let me see if I can find it.
Let me see here.
And I hope I can. I know I had Allen open. I mean, I had the other book open up too. And so I think I was reading about. I was reading about relative clauses.
Yeah, no, but you wouldn't negate even though that's a participial clause, but you wouldn't negate.
Oh, here we go. Look. Oh, that's a W. Wait, this is
right,
the W.
I've seen the ooh, right.
All right, I'm gonna see. He got one more in here like that. But what you were saying, you wouldn't negate?
Yeah, no, you wouldn't negate a participial clause like that with the pi.
Yeah, I never seen nothing negated with it before, but we do see they say not for some reason, so that's what's being investigated. Let me see. Dang, it wasn't in this book.
Let me check out.
Well, we know, and we also know this sounds weird. Let me see. That's cool. See, it was hella rare. It's not like he talked about it hella much. But, all right. I like to get to the bottom of stuff like this, so I'm going to continue looking. If somebody want to build while we looking, it's all good.
What's up, Chris?
What up, man? What's going on with you?
Yeah, I know you saw the dual stream the other day and you were confused as to what was going on, right? Or you were following along with what was going on. But that was my first attempt at a dual stream, and I really didn't know what I was doing, so I couldn't,
That's what was going on last night, right?
No, the one before, the first one that I did. Where they was having the argument, and I see you were commenting, but I wasn't familiar with the fact that, I can't bring people in on a dual stream. I would have to start a side stream to bring people in. And I wasn't familiar with that. So I was just letting it play, and I didn't know how it worked.
Yeah,
so
I was gonna come in, but it got kind of wild and shit, man. I'm like, I ain't.
But here's what's crazy. Your responses in the chat surprised me because I didn't think you was kind of into it for a little bit. And then you
yeah, I speak my piece in it, you know what I'm saying? Then when they start attacking each other, I'd be like, man, I'm out, man. I ain't messing with that shit. Yeah.
Oh, was it Jabari? Was it Jabari and them?
No, what y'all talking about? Had on last night some
no.
FBAs, some Aboriginal something.
Oh yeah.
Who, me?
I was just wondering what the content was you was talking about was.
No. What happened was I was dual streaming something from the same platform I'm going to be on tonight. The Titans Debate Week, but I wasn't familiar with how dual streaming worked. So while I was dual streaming it, I didn't understand that I don't have any control over bringing people in onto the stream. It literally just streams the other person's content. And I could just talk to them in the comments. And if I wanted to interact with them, I could actually do another stream while that stream is going on. I could interact with my people while the other stream is going on. And I wasn't aware of that. So now I know that. So that's where, it came in.
Okay, let's read this real quick. I might have been confusing it with reading this. Even though this is still pop, but he got an ooh on there, right? That's the verb you was talking about. But I just wanted to get myself up to speed on this to see that I wasn't confusing this. There was an auxiliary verb pa or pa'u to have done in the past. But they say not. They clearly have a negation here that we
but it has an N on it. You negate that with ni.
Oh, but no, this N is part of this yin. You feel me?
Right.
So you thinking that that's still not the particle yin, or the like by? You know what I mean? The preposition by or whatever.
Yeah, well, normally you don't start sentences with prepositions.
I know, huh?
Yeah,
So if
so
this sentence ended right here, Nempty naked this.
right.
So then this yin would be a what?
So as I was saying, you can start participial statements with this particle in, and then the participial part that follows it, and that's why when I looked at it first, that's why I said by that one or by this one that, and then the verb hin, that hin, yeah, the verb hin.
Well, see, this is what I'm saying though. You can read that right, but you're never going to negate it.
Yeah, I would not have negated that. Is this
You feel me? And so that's why I'm still investigating that. I know I wasn't dreaming. And the one thing I thought I pulled out my studies from last night was something about a pie that had something to do with negation. So I'll continue looking while y'all building or whatever.
Not yet heard.
I could be wrong though.
Never heard. That's how you negate infinitives. Yeah, I've never seen, if pi views it as a negation, I've never seen that.
I had never seen it either, so I must have been dreaming, dog. I do dream about the glyphs. I could have been dreaming that I was studying. But
now I'm trying to figure out how they translate it. How do they get that nuance of not though?
Yeah, I know. We're gonna look at it and see. I hope they have a footnote or something.
Smash, I have to thank you. And let me tell you why I have to thank you, because studying with you and others like Chris have made me realize that I shouldn't necessarily be too hard on the scholars, because I think that, they brought out a lot of good information, and whether or not they believe that the people are black, white, green, or yellow, they put in a lot of work to bring these texts.
Exactly.
And
I think if you approach it from a political standpoint where if that's on your mind, it'll just be hard to observe some stuff. But that don't mean don't be visceral and keen that a lot of these Egyptologists lived in an age where racism was just part of their way. So you got to be able to identify that. But that don't mean that even if the world was like that some people were honest and some were not. Some of the work was honest and some of it is not. And if we can just look at it like that, it'll be a little better.
But when I look at things like the temple of Setos at Abydos, right? And I look at these things and I realize somebody hand drew these things in a book for you to actually be able to look at it. That just shows the level of dedication.
Yeah, that's what Jonathan Winterman does. That's the type of work Winterman does, and that's why he's so respected. I'm like, dang, I asked him that. I was like, was you really doing that at the wall, or was that a photo op? And he started laughing like, nah, I was getting it in. Is a picture of him at the wall doing that. You feel what I'm saying? Sitting there in the hot sun for hours copying every glyph.
And that's amazing, because I didn't even realize that until I started going over the platform.
Now, imagine go over Kirk, dude, look at Kirk Self's work, and you have to have some respect. Because it'd be like, dude, you got all this, you did all this, right? Now there's not gonna be no listing for Pa as negation. I'm just looking in the
Pa's a very popular word in the lexicon, apparently.
Well, they're gonna give you different renditions of it, but just for Pa, I must have been tripping because there's nothing in here for negation. So I don't know how they're doing that on this sentence. We could come back to it if we wanted to, or we could continue looking. I don't mind continuing looking. Let me see.
Since we're taking a break from the grammar, I have a question, right? If we're looking at the TLA as a source, right? Would that be considered? It wouldn't be considered a primary source. It'd be like a secondary or tertiary source, right?
Well, the TLA is a secondary source because the TLA ain't the walls. But the TLA consists of facsimiles of primaries. You know, so this is what I mean. If you reference and source the TLA, then you're sourcing a secondary source. Now, if you source a text that is inside of TLA, then you're sourcing a facsimile of the primary, which can be considered a primary. I don't know. Well,
See,
this
see, 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 but since we're on the topic, right? I hear you, but then we have to take into consideration that sometimes the glyphs are not arranged in the original manner. So now, does that take away from the primacy of the source?
Have you investigated how often that's the case? Because every time I look into it, it seems like they put in an effort to arrange them as closely as they can.
No, but I'm not concerned. I mean, but you do understand my question, right? Because I wondered, like, for example, like the pyramid text, because it's not arranged the original way, would that in academia make it a less primary source?
What do you mean arranged, though? What do you mean arranged in an original
Because
way?
what I'm saying is this, right? When you look at it in the TLA, it's written the way that you would normally write a sentence, but in actuality,
Yeah, it's horizontal.
On the wall, it's horizontal, correct? The text is horizontal, right?
There's some vertical columns too, yeah.
Oh, sorry, vertical, right?
Yeah.
So now, because they write it that way, that wouldn't take away from the primacy, because in some instances where you see it written, they draw it out and it's written that way. But in the TLA, they can't necessarily do it that way.
Okay,
It
I
wouldn't
think I see what you're saying now.
You
Yeah, no.
understand, right?
No, that's not going to take away from the legitimacy of it, because if you switch from columns to horizontal lines, that don't take away from it.
No, that's not what I'm saying. I'm saying, does it take away from the primacy of the text because of the way it's arranged? Not the legitimacy, because it's the same glyphs. You know that.
Right. The primacy, it doesn't. No, it doesn't make it any less primary than now. Sometimes you may want to look at the original to see, it could be a copy error, or to maybe get a clear idea of what a glyph is. You may want to look at the primary, because maybe when a person was drawing it out, they didn't quite get all the little nuances of the glyph or whatever. But
okay,
like for example, when Reggie showed that piece with the person calling themselves Kim, in a TLA it's horizontal. But if you go look at the papyrus, which are vertical columns, the person, if you look at it, it's unmistakably a lock of hair, right? So when I looked at it in the TLA, I just wanted to go check to be sure. I mean, it didn't take away. It smudged a little bit, but I mean, it's clearly a lock of hair after the name Kim.
Okay, I just want to make sure that my question is making sense, because I don't want to just be saying something that don't make sense, because I want to be aware that if I'm in a debate or in something and I present the TLA, how it would be. You understand what I'm saying, right?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying. Like, for example, they have stele where if you take them out of the vertical columnness, sometimes when they write them in vertical columns, the middle column is the starting point for left and right. So if you write them as horizontal lines, you probably can get lost if you don't keep up with that beginning sentence. I've seen that happen before.
Yeah.
So it makes it a little bit more challenging to read sometimes.
And guess you've seen it happen with?
Yeah, but it mainly happens with orphan formulas, though.
I got caught doing that because I wasn't sure. So I was an example of that, because I wasn't sure based on how I was reading it in the text that I was reading it.
So they say this is not a proverb that people say. I see everything but the not. I'm going to just continue. I'm investigating that. I thought I seen. I'll find it and then I'll show. Well, I'm just not finding it now. And so.
Oh, Smash, let's try one more thing. Look up the word hin. I'm curious to see if hin has a nuance of
negative or something. Huh?
Yeah, of negation. Yeah.
Let's see.
That could be it.
I hope so. Hin. XN?
Yep, lowercase xn, yeah. Let's find it with the paw bird after it. Okay,
What's nice? When we're looking at that, doesn't that Sorry, no, never mind.
I think it was this proverb. Because it's Ken and Meduk on our page. Look, Ken Meduk.
I don't know, but what does kin by itself mean? Something of words.
Oh, okay.
So what is?
Not of words. Let's see Ken by itself. They say not. This one word is not translated. A speech or a matter.
Okay. Yeah. Okay. Speech or
A
utterance.
matter of words, or utterance of words.
Yeah. Proverbs.
Yeah. Well, we could come back to this sentence just to continue on. But people can see, so what are we looking at? Like, we about to break it down. Well, it's a question over whether this is a definite article, the, or whatever pa could mean in this instance. It could mean a lot of other things. This is giving us the that or that is. Now, so they say this, that's what they're getting at, this. And then we got the Kent ni or the Kent in Medu, and we just looked that up. It was like matters of words, which they're considering proverbs, right? And they say that, and now we got, this is to speak, but this is in the participial, right? So it's like those ones who say, or something like that. So those people who, that people say, that's what they're getting from this. But wait a minute, how are you reading this, Jedu?
Yeah, that's passive. The people
Passive.
say. Yeah, the people say.
So not said to people.
Yes.
Yeah, okay. Active would be that it would be that you say to people. Mm-hmm. Okay.
I wonder if they.
No.
I don't think they did that. No, I'm thinking about that in. I'm trying to make it be negative. Maybe they transliterated it wrong. I mean, I see the read leaf up there, but
yeah, I mean that would negate it, but then how would you still read it? This?
Yeah.
Negation is the only thing that.
If we had another copy, because see, this right here is Berlin 1, and I guess that's the only copy they have. If we had another copy, we can match it up and see.
Yeah, so people wonder what we tripping off. We don't know how the sentence is containing a not. It don't appear to be negated in any of the ways that we could identify readily. And I thought in my imagination that last night I read about some rare instance where pa was used as a negation. Now I was going over what I read last night, and I was reading up on relative clauses, and I can't even see nothing about no relative clause where that would be the case. So I don't know what to say.
A relative sediment is negated the same way as a regular sediment, and yeah, the negation is almost the same for relative clauses.
Yeah, so I don't know what I was looking at, man. I could have just dreamed it. But sometimes it'll come back and when I'll see what I was looking at. I can put this on a different screen and let y'all look at the. I want to search this book while y'all can look at this.
Let me ask a question. What would the where would this text have originally come from? Where was it written? Where did they get it?
It was written. This was probably written in Hieratic, and they say it's like 12th dynasty-ish, I think, something like that.
Okay.
Straight to the kingdom.
And the reason I'm asking that question is because sometimes I like to see if I could search and find the primary of the text. But if it's in hieratic, I wouldn't be able to understand it.
Yeah, because this is like I said, this is Middle Kingdom. So the hieratic is you can read it, but to me, Late Kingdom hieratic is easier to read. But yeah, if you saw this, and then add in all the breakages in the papyrus and all that stuff, yeah, it would probably be challenging to read.
I actually found the primary of the Amos son of Ibana text. and I was looking at it, and I realized a lot of times when I'm looking at the primary, you know, you see the basic story, but then as they're going through it, they sort of, you know, a piece here, a piece there, a piece here, a piece there, and then they put together the full story. Because if you look at the primary and you look at what you're seeing in other places, is you know, there's a lot more to the story that you have to figure out before you can actually know where they got. You understand what I'm saying?
Unless they got another copy somewhere.
No. I looked at. I have an article on the tomb, because I'm reading the tomb. You'll see the basic story, but like if you go through the basic story, you'll realize that there's a lot of other information in the actual the other text that I was reading from St. Andrews. So like they compiled a lot more information and put it together coherently. Because if you look at the primary source, you understand? It's stuff all over the place. So you have to put it together in that way. Because if I read the basic story, I might see it. You understand?
No, I don't believe you.
Say it again?
I don't believe you.
No. Here's what I'm saying, right? You'll see the basic story. You'll read it and it will look familiar to you, right? But when you look in St. Andrew's Corpus, there's a lot more information in that story.
Yeah, I believe that, but I don't believe what you were saying at first. You said you found the text of the son of Mbana, you know what I'm saying? And then you start looking at all other different, and you was doing this piecing together. That's the part I don't believe.
No.
I could be wrong, dude. I put myself out there like that on purpose.
No. That's not what I'm saying.
Oh, well, that's what I was getting from that when you said you had the text of the son of Abana and you start looking and seeing that they pieced it together from different places.
No. Here's what I'm trying to say, right? You'll look at it and it was written in his tomb. So they'll show you the basic story, right? And then they'll show you other writings from other places that relate to the story. This broke off, that's broke off. So when you read the final product, they're piecing together all of these different things to give you a more coherent
I'm
story.
with that. I was thinking that, what I said I didn't believe is that you had all the different pieces in front of you and you was like, aha, this is how they did it.
No.
I thought that's what you were saying. You feel
I'm saying, what I'm trying to say is I realized the work that they had to do to put it together into what we see.
And so you give them some respect for that? Because I know I do.
Well, you have to.
Yeah. I mean, this is the point. It's like, okay, they be getting it in. A lot of the times, that's why I was telling you, a lot of the times I've been hella skeptic and I got my own skepticism. Okay, I found one, Chris. I found it. I think I found it, bro. It's like Nipa for negation. I knew I wasn't going crazy. 1830. It's on 1813 inside of J.P. Allen.
Nipa?
Yeah, let me go see what's going on here. But I know we ain't looking at Nipa, but maybe that's what I was learning.
It could be this could be another way of writing it. Yeah.
Last night, and I was like, okay, maybe. So he said 1813. But no, I was so that's, you didn't do nothing wrong, Joey. Let me see. I thought you said something that you wasn't saying. Let me see. All right, so this is what he seems to be telling us. Oh, I got it on the wrong screen. Now, that's not a knee, so why they put it in if it's supposed to be a knee? Maybe I'm doing it wrong. So this is the different use of the power. I think that that's happening here. So it says negation. I'm gonna just start from the top. It says, let me make it smaller. Negation ni sedum f is normally used to refer to the past complete action and is therefore usually translated by the English past or perfect. And it has these examples. Now it's going to come down and say, in this use, ni sedum f is sometimes replaced by the stronger negation ni pa f sedum. So let's peep that. He said, right here, ni pa f. Now I know we ain't looking at a pa f, but he's about to start speaking on it. And then he says, and ni zep sedum f. The first of these uses the verb pa do, once, or ever do, followed by the infinitive. So maybe this ain't negation, but maybe it's the pa for doing something once or to ever do, followed by the infinitive is best translated as not once. Feel me? So he is saying that this pa somehow, if it's followed by the infinitive, which I don't think we have a case of, because our pa is followed by but this still got something that indicates negation in his example, dog. Like if I would have seen these arms, then I would have knew it anyway. You
And the
feel
only
me?
difference in this and that is that the pa here has a subject, and then that's why they're making the sejm the object of that verb pa f sejm. So this, yeah, I've seen the pa f sejm form, but this still doesn't. Yeah, it's not quite what we have though.
Yeah, this ain't explaining it basically. But I knew I seen something. At least I was like, I know I wasn't dreaming, but this was a little different than what we're encountering. So I would say not once. Well, I don't want to be stuck on that forever though. So I guess I'll come back to that or see if they put a footnote or something on how that wound up being negation.
So couldn't that sentence mean something like he didn't hear him the first time? Or am I going too far off?
This sentence right here?
No. The one that we just looked at in the grammar book.
Oh, I apologize. I didn't take note of what that sentence was.
Yeah, so the one where it said ni sep, yeah. So ni sep literally means not in this occurrence. Yeah, if you translated it literally.
Right, so I didn't hear him the first time.
Right.
Okay, just making sure I tripping. Because, once again, let's go back to what Smash is saying.
Oh, man, look at Shaz move, man. Don't be in your feelings, Shaz move. Look, I'm going to tell you, it's a reflex. When I read somebody say some shit like wrote on the chat, you was a mark, it's a reflex to say, shut the fuck up, I'll slap the shit out you. That's not personal. So I definitely consider you a friend, and everything is respectful. If you feel like being froggish and saying some shit like that, then watch what my response gonna be. But that's not how we dialogue. We don't normally, I never would say to you, Shazmu, you was a mark. Because I'm from the West Coast. And that's kind of bad to say to somebody.
Yeah.
That's
we got that word in Chicago too.
Yeah, that's not letting you say to nobody, even if he's describing a point where he was being robbed and being humbled and shit. You don't just take advantage of that and say, oh, you was a mark. Is that, in real life, that'll get a physical response. And so, but no, we folks don't even go there, Shazmu. So it's over. That's over with. You my loved one. Don't even trip. So let's keep it going, though. So what was I think we finished this sentence. Joey, you want to start here? And I made it too easy. So you want to do the next word?
Them two? Is that correct?
Oh, I'm sorry. What did you say?
Them two.
Oh, it looked like it says a D and an M, but I do see that knife. Do you think the knife represents something? If the knife represents something, I thought that would be a SMA, but I could be wrong. It could just be DM or DMA. Let's look at the transliteration. DM, see, it's just DM.
Right. Because I know the knife is a determinative. It has something to do with probably stabbing or something along those lines.
But this is also a determinative for it too.
I know that too.
So let's consider both determinatives. It got the knife and a man with the hand in his mouth. I'm gonna take precedence. I'm gonna let the man with the hand in his mouth categorically take precedence. Like, I don't think it's like killing somebody or nothing. I think it's something coming out the mouth that's sharp. You know what I'm saying? So it might be like because look, they say this is not a proverb that people say. So I wonder what this is about to be. We can look at a DM word.
Yeah, I found it. It's proclaim or to pronounce.
Yeah, so that's the sharpness of that proclamation, that knife, probably.
Wow,
right?
That's crazy. Wow.
I'm just saying, like, why would a knife be in the proclamation?
No, but that just shows you the simplicity and the complication of ancient Kemetic thought. Because it's simple, but it's complicated at the same time.
What to proclaim is a verb. Just the action of saying, action of making the action of making the proclamation, or is that a proclamation is a noun, huh? So to proclaim is a verb, huh?
Yep. To proclaim or pronounce.
Okay, yep. So then go ahead, Joy. You want to finish?
All right. Wu, and right.
Well, I'll be getting lost. Start from the DM again.
Oh, sorry. Ren.
No, start from the DM again, so I won't get lost. Them two. Which two? I'm just playing. What does them two mean?
Some form of sharp speech.
Huh? No, this was the proclamation, but then what does the two do to it? What is two to you, Joy?
You see, all of a sudden I'm going blank.
No, what is two? What is two? What part of speech is two?
A preposition?
Nah.
I'm wrong. You see, there we go.
That's not a big deal. What to try again?
So that's like saying his sharp speech, right?
No. What do you still answer the question? What part of speech is two? You said preposition, right? And that wasn't right, but what else could it be? After this statement right
Adjective?
here. Yeah, sure it could have been that, but it ain't.
A pronoun.
I think it might be, but what? Yep, you're right. But what class of pronoun? You know, it's not like a F, right? Like the F and the X. You know that series, the F, the X, the T. That series is the suffix pronoun series.
This is the part where I start to glitch.
Huh?
This is the part where I start to glitch.
Well, we about to learn it. This is from a different pronoun series, but you know it.
I know it, but I'm not good at explaining it.
I think it's the dependent pronoun series.
Yeah.
Are you familiar with the dependent pronouns? The to, the su.
Yeah.
What is it? Soup. What else? I don't know. See, we can pull up the chart. I started snipping those charts for that reason. So let me open up the chart real quick. The dependent pronoun series is another way to just be saying those personal pronouns like he, she, him, her, but they aren't conjugated the same way that. Now, what's happening between a suffix pronoun, Chris, and a dependent pronoun? They both attached to the word in front of them, but what's the difference?
Yeah, the dependent pronoun, remember, can stand by itself. So, and it's normally the object of the verb. But in this case here, this pronoun is part of the verb dim. So it's like dim to. Like one proclaims. Or
one proclaims, right?
Yeah, something like that. You proclaim, one proclaims.
So that's another thing. That two, Joey, if you encountered about the 18th dynasty, you start taking on the essence of the king. I don't know. I don't think it's happening in here, but they'll tell you that at about the 18th dynasty, two will mean one, and that one will often refer back to the nisu. But that's that dependent pronoun too. You can keep going.
Okay. Ren. That is ren, right?
Mm-hmm.
Ni. Power.
Hold on. What?
Power. No,
well, I'm about to ask myself. See, I gotta slow down now. So you see the ren, and you calling that a name? So he proclaimed the name belonging to.
Now here's the thing. I don't think it's name. I think it's some phrase that I'm probably not familiar with.
Ren?
Because it says Ren, and we know Ren means name, right?
Well, you think Ren?
Identity.
Yeah. So you don't think that is his name? You think this? I'm gonna highlight it for people. Excuse me. You don't think this right here is Ren?
No, I think it is Ren.
So you think it just ain't named though? You think it's something else?
No. I think it's going into Ren Ni, and then the other word, which is I don't even,
sorry. Go ahead.
Figure that one out.
Look. So remember we said one proclaims? They say one mentions. Now you said name. They said name. You said ni. They said of. So this could be an N or a ni. They put an N, which is just of. A commoner, we didn't get that far, but this, I didn't know this as for here. And I wouldn't have, I mean, and they go all the way back to the ooh, but I wouldn't have, and then they actually are going back to the, all the way like this, bro. Feel me? So I didn't know that term written out that way with the two determinatives and then the sparrow up front like that.
Yeah, but I don't know that meant commoner. Normally, it means. I mean, I guess because it can mean poor and miserable person. So I guess maybe that's what they're alluding to. Maybe as a commoner.
Well, they probably saying that everybody was poor and miserable. So that's how they deducing that. Probably like, okay, the common person was poor. I wouldn't want to say miserable, but I don't know how. Yeah, I mean, just even the structure of it with the two sparrow birds.
All right.
And this is why reading these texts help a little bit for me to, if I encounter this again.
So I don't feel bad, Samach, because I'm not the only one who wasn't familiar with what they were trying to talk about.
No, I never feel bad, even if you are. So what about this? It say it right there on the screen.
My Lord, but his Lord, sorry.
So this is, how is Her Neb his Lord?
Oh, he's
Her Nebel.
Oh, he's quoting the proverb now, correct?
Nope, you got a peep game. That hair don't always mean upon or at. Right now, it's on account of, right?
Yeah. Because it can mean because too sometimes, yeah.
Because of, right?
Yep.
So yeah, so that's like they say on account of his Lord.
But just so I can follow, he's quoting the proverb now, right? This is the part that we're reading, right?
Well,
so
yeah. They say, is this not a proverb people say? And then it got quote marks. So yeah, this is the proverb. One mentions the name of a commoner only on account of his Lord.
Okay.
But who said that? Let's go see. Was that Nimti Naked? Oh, Nimti Naked said that.
Oh, so Nimti Naked being disrespectful and
yeah, he like you name dropping. Because he said one mentions the name of a commoner, but that's ain't nobody gonna mention your name only on the account of his Lord. What do they mean?
Naked was bragging. He's very braggadocious because he happened to know. I think it was the ruler of the district, right? Or something along those lines.
But he say the name of a commoner. I don't think that should. Yeah, that's not letting us get the meaning right.
Mm-hmm.
Let's look this up. I bet it got something to do with I don't know. Nah, forget.
I know at its root, it has its meaning of misery. Oh well, yeah, what happens to the birds? Misery or miserable. But let's see, yeah, TLA. Let's see what it.
Wait.
Poor.
King J and Shazmo, why y'all ain't hit the link? Y'all don't want to read. Y'all scared to read. All right, come on, Joey. Where we at?
I think we're
Anouk. Now, what's up with Anouk? Tell me something about Anouk.
I know that word from watching Jabari. Anouk is like saying something along the line of saying like I am.
Hold on, let me slow down real quick. Magi Archer. You know this word from what?
I'm being honest. I'm being honest. Jabari does open up the way, and he uses that word a lot in the opening up the way.
Oh, you know the pronunciation of the word. He done a class on this?
No. It's part of the opening of the way, and he uses that word in the opening of the way because it's something Bob Irvin put together.
Okay, that's fine. That's wonderful. And y'all know I'll be watching. I'll be doing my Sunday sessions. If I do anything Sunday session, it'd be Jabari's church.
Yeah.
Or shrine.
So that's like saying I am.
I'll be in the crowd, but I don't got nothing to say. I just be watching. You feel me? Yeah, because I do that.
I do it sometimes too, Smash.
Yeah, okay. I don't have nothing to say though. But I do that with like some gospel church. Like, yo, I ain't really tripping. I might listen to a sermon, bro. Like, I'm not tripping. But a lot of times if I listen to a Baptist preacher, I'm smacking my lips too much. Because I be thinking I know, like, why you ain't explaining this part? Why you ain't saying that part? But I still am humble enough to listen, though. You know what I'm saying? But now, what's up with this Anouk? Besides Chris, who can tell us something about it?
Like I said, this is the first time I've seen it written out myself.
But was I correct in saying I am, or was my translation?
Yeah, you are correct in saying you are. And to tell us more, it still seems like it somehow survived into the Hebrew because I don't know how, but when I was studying Hebrew, that's the same way you say I am in Hebrew too.
Yeah, Arabic too. I know.
Yeah, and so it seemed like they was like peeping game in these Semitic languages because some of their predecessors had some of these words already. So it's like, but it's not your so it's not your little man statement. Normally the gods and the netchers, I mean, they introduce statements with Anouk. Are you going to be saying something like, kind of like, I don't want to say strong. And so right now, I think I'm already predicting that this talking, let's just read it. I am, now we got a poo. This I am, I don't know. But we got the words right. Man, dude was like, so that we're going to speak to him or speak to you, right? So he going to talk to the overseer of the house. Now, why would they Anouk right here? Because this ain't no big, profound situation. Like they normally be like, Anouk Ra, like I am Ra.
Okay.
You know what I mean?
You know what? That's interesting because the individual that they're talking about, normally when they deal with royalty, they compare them to the netcher. They're synonymous. So in this case, depending on his level, that might be the exact reason why they're using that particular term, because he is of that status that I'm going to mention. If that makes sense.
But look, yeah, but this don't say I am this words to you, overseer of the house.
Right. This is kind of more like a presentation. This Inukpu, it is I, something like that.
Yeah, it's like something like I'm trying to peek though, because why I got that? I keep tripping off this poo. So this is a Anouk poo. So that Anouk is a noun, right? All right, so it's I. It still represents him as a noun, but him in the States. So I don't know about is this a poo? What's going on?
Yeah, no. This is an a poo because the independent pronoun is still a noun.
Okay.
Right, it's still a noun. So I know what you mean though, and I think that's probably why later on they drop it. Later on, it kind of sounds like why you saying it that way? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It is I.
Yeah, but it's like you trying to say it like more like they trying to put something on it, like it is I. But now I mean, so how we doing this? Is that a dative? Words to you or speak to you?
It's a dative, yeah. Because if you try to translate it as the sejim mu f forms don't appear like this, right? You don't see a sejim u in ek or a sejim f in ek, right? So because that n is not acting as an infix, it would have to come before the u if it was any kind of sejim in form.
Yep.
So this is you're right, it's a dative.
Yeah.
Now let me point out something here, a problem that I was having reading text. Sometimes the man, sometimes you say it, and sometimes it's a determinative. So you have to be familiar to know when you're reading it if you have to say that or not. Because if you're talking about a man, you'll see the determinative there, but you don't say it. If you understand what I'm saying. And that's why I was messing up trying to read primary text. I was pronouncing the determinative.
Oh, you was pronouncing the determinative. Okay, yeah.
As opposed to, as I, and it was just a determinative, and I didn't recognize that initially.
Oh, okay.
So I need to point that out to people when you see a name that's identified as man. And you see that, you don't
I see what
pronounce
this is to say,
when you're
bro.
reading the text.
Guess what he's saying? That's why he nuked him, because he about to snitch. This is why he nuked him. Because he about to snitch. Because he said, I'm going to speak to your overseer of the house.
Well, to you.
But I'm giving to your but this he's still talking back and forth to Nimty Nackett. But remember, he told Nimty Nackett he knew who run the estate.
Right.
So, you saying he said, I'm going to speak to you over, so he's not saying it to Nimty Nackett? He like, okay, I'm going to speak to you, overseer, chancellor. Because look.
It kind of sounds more like that. It is I who speaks to you, overseer.
Lastly, it was Nimty Nackett said, one mentions the name of a comforter only on the account of his Lord. And he like, bro, I'm going to go talk to him.
Right.
Feel me? That's what it seemed like.
That's something interesting. Doesn't
he did snitch.
Doesn't it seem like
but I got snitch out of the Anu. I'm telling this Anu. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, you're right. That's what you're saying.
Yeah, you remember when kids would be like, I'm about to go share this bold information. It makes me like powerful right now. I'm a tell. That might be why, because I was wondering, like, why is it an Anu? Like, what's profound about this statement? Well, let's see if it's lining up with what they say. No, they say, I am the one who is speaking to you. Well, they didn't put this part right here, though. Let's finish it. Let's let them finish it. Oh, why they didn't put the... Oh, and it is the high steward. We didn't finish the sentence. Whom you are referring to. See, but they say, I am speaking to you. We had that, but I thought they were saying overseer. And they put, and it is in the middle of this.
And the high steward speaks to you.
Look, because this dude say speaking, it say speaking to you. They put a comma, and then they're going to say all this other stuff. And it is the high steward. Nah. He's speaking to the high steward, right? Well, I'm just saying.
Now what happens is that next part of the sentence.
What happened, Chris?
And the next part of the sentence, now I see why they put the comma there. See that seated man goes with
okay.
The Emirate, because then they start another poo sentence.
Okay, so then they say, I am speaking to you, my chancellor. I mean,
no. I think the seated man is all part of the steward. The
okay.
Yeah. Because see, look, they go from Inuk to.
Oh, that's why they say it is because it is poo. But they making the poo refer backwards. It is the high steward.
Yeah, that's exactly what they're doing.
Yep, it is the high steward. Now we got this. I'm lost right here. Sakah? I don't see this on here.
You're right. That is not on there. They got a pair where.
Man, what they be doing, dude?
See, that's what I ain't gonna even lie. That's why I don't like saying Andrews.
I know. I mean, until right now, like, see, you've been at that level, though. You feel me, though? This is good up into a certain level, basically. Like, but now, even if you at a beginner level, if you would have thought that this would help you, this is not what this says. This part,
right?
But they put all this in there that ain't here, though. What that's doing? What's that doing? So look, basically, they go they poo. So all they put in was the earth. So they basically, where's they getting this per earth?
Oh,
from?
wait, I see a smash. See,
they saying this is not a poo, huh?
No, that's a poo. But go up above though. Normally, when you write Emidar, it is written that way with the owl, the mouth, the house, and the man. But they're translating that pair where.
Oh, they're saying per where. Yep. Okay, well then if they're saying that this is per where, this ain't the chancellor because it would just be Emmy per.
Yep.
That would be a chancellor per where. What are they calling him? They still calling it a high steward, so they doing that wrong then.
Yep.
Like, because this would be a determinative for this word.
That'd be a determinative for all
So
that.
they must be in a beginner or intermediate, because we could grade their paper like that ain't how you do that. You feel me? Why did they write out the where here, basically? So this would be the great overseer of the house. The older one, or the
senior.
If they're not using this as a determinative for the category of, so they doing too much with this where. But then if their where was right there, right, and they got that, and then that's their next. So this pool is right here, and then okay, I see how they did it. Yep. And then they're gonna find a word, which I'm not familiar with this word. So that is who you are referring to, who you refer. I could look it up, but I guess this is what they did for refer. And since they're doing so much, I'm gonna look it up. Because
but what you're saying is that last word that they're saying word is just a determinant to say that he's an elder, correct? And they shouldn't have written that word there.
It's to say he has a staff position. And that staff position is the chancellor or the overseer of the house.
No, that's all. That all should be one word.
Yep.
But is it? But is that word a determinative?
If that word ain't a determinative, then you would be right. Like if that word, like if you see it as a word, like a word, then it probably would refer to old age or great or something.
That's
but
what I'm trying to
they I don't know why they put it like that, and then they translate a high chancellor. That wouldn't be right. I mean, the overseer of the house would just be the MER. You don't have to be. So that's a determinative that they didn't see as a determinative. But I forgot what word we're looking up now. Are we looking? Oh yeah, this S.
Sachai.
Yeah,
Sachai. So that'd be what? S, capital X, Sachai, capital
X.
A.
Just an A, no I? Okay.
Yeah, so of S, capital X.
Not this one though, huh?
Yeah, try that right there.
This one?
Yeah.
Did it got that column?
Oh wait, no, my bad. Lowercase X.
Oh, okay.
Right. Lowercase Sakai. Capital A.
Remember is to call to mind, to think about, to mention. All right, let's see. Remembrance, to satisfy. I think it's remember. Let's see if it got that. Records. Records is about remembering. To mention. To recall. I think they might be remembering or recalling something. Oh, that's a refer. So mention. That you mention. That you refer.
Oh, so that's where they get it from.
Oh, but hold on. So this is Nimti Naked checking him. Because he say, I'm the one speaking to you. You talking about who owned my house, right? And it is the high steward that you referring to? And you referring to my landlord? You feel me? So now you can continue, Joey. You know what that's doing right there, right?
Yeah,
Please don't mess that up.
It's
Go slow. What is it doing?
I forgot that. That's bad.
It's all good. It's not bad, but you know what? You see this on Helatext, and this is that's why you don't play with the meta natural, blunt. Because if you was dealing with that what text you said you was dealing with, man, this shit is in there like 1,000 times. Almost the son of a Bonham.
Yeah, it's N.
Yeah, thank you. I had to remind you.
Wait. To stand with?
Yeah. See, you have to remember.
With?
Huh?
To stand with?
You close. Now, aha do mean to stand, but you don't see the legs. This is aha in.
He stands? Something about stand.
And then, so you gotta remember.
Oh, wow. That's bad, Smash.
Don't remember. It's just telling you, no, you're gonna remember, but read the text of aha and abana from top to bottom, and it's gonna be drilled into your head because that's a sequential text. And so it kind of lets you know that this happened after what happened up here. And
I'm
the
gonna
way
read
that
it
we
again.
express that is and then. So if
I
I
read
go
it twice,
down,
so I'm
it's going
gonna
to
read
say
it again.
then. See? I know you know it, which is you just be forgetting it like me, so I'll be trying to give you different ways to remember. I be forgetting hell of this stuff, bro. I be forgetting the straight up suffix pronouns, dude. It's nothing.
And then pa. That's
Nope, not pa. Look at your birds.
oh, that's ta.
Look like something, not pa though.
No, that's ta.
But you ain't
E.
finished with it.
Is that ta e?
I thought it was Tati or something like
Or
that.
is
I
it
could be
tati?
wrong.
It's tati, right?
Yeah, but the thing is covering up the next bills. My bad.
Cha.
Cha, yeah, that's better. Chati, because yeah, the first T is actually a TCH, huh?
Okay. Chati.
Oh, he got at him right here.
So where you at? Is that word continuing? Because I don't think that I mean that A and that A is by themselves.
Chati ah.
It looks weird.
Chati ah. Niaf. I know I'm probably butchering
You
that.
want me to tell me when you want me to put up the transliteration for the training wheel.
I think I'm saying it right.
All right. So you think it's, you want me
But
to,
what
I
I
do the
think is-
dictionary too.
but
You
what
want
I
me to see if there's a chati I don't think I'll put two T's. What, I put two T's and a Y? A capital T, a lowercase t, and a Y, right?
Capital T, A.
Oh, T, A, capital A, T, lowercase t, and a Y.
Yeah,
Now,
there's no G there, though.
Notice that it ain't nothing after that in the dictionary, so.
I know I butchered that somehow, Smash.
You didn't butcher nothing. We learning. Hold on. Look, so there go the vizier, the visor. We got that. But look, there go a chati at. Let's see if it pops up in the. They do got some A's after this chati. So
Yeah, but that arm is a determinative, though. In that case.
Oh, okay.
The arm is a determinative. Yeah, so it's probably just cha-e, or just cha.
So then,
I know that word was referring to some sort of title. That I
so
know.
it's then the vizier, and do you think? Well, we know that this is a. Oh, hold on. Okay, I think I'm seeing something wrong. This definitely ain't no nef. So maybe this word continues to at least here.
Yeah, that's all one word. That's a Sejim F form.
Okay. So if it's a Sejim NF, this word contains the F too.
Yep.
Let's look at the transliteration. Here go they Tati NF right here. So they got the Chati. Hold on, dude. Hold on. N, we see that right here. Then they say cha, but where's their NF for this? So they say that's cha NF.
Right, cha NF. Sejim F.
Oh, okay. You said this was. I was sorry. I thought this was a word.
Oh yeah, no, yeah.
Yeah. So they saying this is a cha, and then they say NF, and then another NF. So this is a Sejim NF with a dative behind it.
Yeah, because remember the dative is the indirect object. So you got the verb, subject, and now you have nominal.
So he was the vizier for him.
No. This word is not vizier. This is just the word cha by itself, not cha.
Oh, what is cha then? I forgot.
It can mean like to take, to seize, to. Yeah.
Okay. Well, we need to find it with that hand behind it, huh? Okay. Let me see.
Smash.
Huh?
Smash. My wife sent out the bat signal, so I gotta go. So
it's all good. Thanks for tapping in.
I'll probably tap back in if she's still on. All right. So thanks.
Yeah,
a lot.
I'm probably gonna play some games, and it's 3 hours.
Check me out later on Titans Debate League. I'm doing a presentation.
All right. Yeah. Make sure you put it in the back chat.
Oh, the manager even sent me the flyer, so I had to call him, tell them send me the flyer.
It's all good. Peace to you. Thanks for tapping in, bro. Now where we at?
Cha. Looking up the word cha or cha-e.
But it ain't doing nothing else. I mean, do I need to take off the Y?
Oh yeah, I'll take all that off. So try T-A, capital T, capital A, and try that first, and then next.
like this. Okay, after the carved. Okay, yeah. But we need it with this say the carved to engrave.
Right, we just need it with the hand behind it, the arm.
Yeah. I hate when I make. So I broke one of my video game rules and made a fake team. I hate when I do that. And then what's even worse is when my fake team get whooped by the computer, dude. I'm like, how did I give y'all all 99s and stuff? And y'all
Oh, you
still...
passed this, man.
Oh, I passed it?
Yep.
Okay, let me see. I'm getting distracted. Excuse me. I'm looking to the future. Let me see. To carve a part of a chariot. I passed it again.
Oh, wait. No, I thought I saw it.
Hold on. These do have an arm, but they got a finger too.
Right. Yeah, we just need the one with the arm.
So hold on. Let me go back. Oh, I do see something with just an arm. But they call it tie. Oh, that's why. To take up. This the one, huh?
Yep. Take up, to seize, to snatch, to pluck.
So if they're both verbs and they both got the arm, so how are we supposed to know when it's to take up, to sneeze, and to snatch, or when it's to engrave or to carve?
Oh, well, it don't have a finger. It's just the arm.
Oh well, no, that's what they did that like that. But you feel me? But I feel you. Normally,
because in hieratic, in hieratic, that glyph and the arm glyph are written the same way. That glyph right there, that last one that you got highlighted, in hieratic, that and the stick with the arm in the hand are drawn the same way.
So you said to snatch up. He has what to him? Right?
He has taken or
to it.
Yeah. Then he took, or has taken to him a stick.
This is a stick?
Yeah, that's
oh yeah, look, then he took a rod. This when he about to beat him. I'm gonna end it after people thought he wasn't gonna put hands. This is exactly what's bad about the story. Then, but now this, let me go slow. I'm gonna just use the training wheels because I don't remember what this child was doing for us again. We just read it. He had taken to him. He took it to him, bruh. Now, am I wrong for saying he took it to him?
Yeah, see, and that could be dangerous because in the translation they don't have that there.
Yeah, I know, but I know he took a rod of fresh. Nah, you gotta say he took it to him. But they said to him. So I feel why they didn't put it, but I was saying this was the other person. He didn't do that yet. I'm going too far. And I like what they're saying, but if you wanted to do a literal, you would have to say he has taken to him or for him, his own self, a stick.
Oh, it's a stick of whatever that is, the end.
Belonging to, a stick of, and now this word right here is a word that I pinpointed, Chris, because even though it don't start with a double reed leaf, we got a Y, the I, the S, and the R. And I was like, dang, I never seen that combination other than in that word that's supposed to say Israel. You know what I'm saying? And and then I'm just like, I'm not taking that too far, but there's also a person named Isri in this same text, which is kind of weird. But so this is just Waj right here, I guess.
Yeah.
So what? He's is fresh. Oh, fresh to marriage. Yep, fresh to marriage.
A rod of fresh to marriage.
So now watch him get hands put on. I wish Joey was still here so we could illustrate this. Now this ref is what, concerning or as to or what was
with respect to it.
Oh yeah. So that's that last sentence ending. So for the people watching, this is just our aha end giving us then. It's telling us these things are kind of like sequential. So that happened, then this happened. And in your translation, you don't always have to say then. And they probably going to express it different too. So, wait. They didn't even say nothing. They said, then he took a fresh rod of turmeric with respect to it. Now, I'm going to read it how they wrote it. So, then it says something like, next. You can say next. I've seen scholars say that. But next, aha. So now we got the aha with the arm though. So this is confusing me. And I know it's F. He did whatever this is. Now we normally know for people watching aha, the root to mean something like great or whatever. But we clearly see that it's an arm after it, so that this has it appears that this word is a different word with a different determinative, but and I'm still going to look up to try to find it. In this instance, which A is the smaller A? The first one?
Yeah, the lowercase a is the. Oh, no, you got it right. A, capital A.
A capital A. Okay.
Yeah.
So people will see what we're seeing. So that is this biliteral in different words representing the sound. But we're going to find it in a way where it has an arm determinative after it and spelled out. Because that, I think I just passed it. So, donkey? Because they are talking about
it does mean donkey too, but yeah, but we got to find the one with the
with the arm. That's right.
The
I'm
arm
tripping.
determinative. Yeah.
I'm tripping. It seemed like it should have been back there with those though, but let me.
That might be coming up now.
Oh, here we go. Well, big or large. There's a one with one arm, but it should be an arm determinative. Huh?
Yeah.
So it's coming. There go one, but it got a hair too.
Got a hair lock, yeah.
So that's not it.
Jeez.
All right, let me see. I'm not seeing.
I think it had two determinants. It had a papyrus roll and a.
Oh no! It's just this.
Oh no! It has the bird. Okay, I see. Got it.
Okay. Let's see. And there's only a few more. Oh wait, was that it? This ain't no. Dang. So since it's only a few more renditions, we're gonna have to accept one of the ones we sing, because that's the end of them. So it's starting over now after this right here. You feel me? So now if I'm gonna just let it start over and see, did I miss something? That got a papyrus roll, just to be a distinguished noble, but I want to see that arm. The arm means a lot to me to be in the determinative position with nothing else there.
Try typing in lowercase a, capital A, capital A.
Oh yeah, that's right.
I'm just curious. Maybe it'll.
It is one word for that. And it got a canal though. The arm and the canal ain't working together, huh?
Yeah, not this instance.
Well, I'm gonna go look at what they transliterated. They put, wait a minute, aha, G. See, that's, man.
Yeah, nah, I don't.
Where do they got a G at in here, y'all?
Put that in the TLA and see. Not TLA. Put that in Vegas and see.
Oh, you know what? I swear I need to stop acting like everything they do is an error. Because watch it pop up in the TLA. See? Told you. They just knew that the determinative wasn't there. Feel me? Because there it go. Well, no, it don't got the arm. Here go one with the arm.
So when it's spelled with the arm, then the G is present, even though they may not write it.
Yeah, exactly. And so they treating that G like a week.
Uh-huh.
And so I'm with them. See, that's why if Joey was here, that was me doing what I be trying to teach him not to do. Always thinking they messed up and you right, and then you find out you wrong and they right. You feel me? Because the G ain't here, but now we see that they knew that it don't have to be there. So now the word is to mash, or let's look at our other options. To mash or to squash. I think this, but they talk about dates. To beat or to try. Oh, no, it's to beat. Because he just took the stick, see, to him, and they finally did put the to him. Remember we was like they didn't put the to him? He took the rod of turmeric to
Yeah, but
him.
you said it though. You said with respect to it. That's the same thing.
Okay, to him. And he thrashed all of his limbs with it. So he did just beat the brakes off me.
Yep, it did.
I mean, that's cold, man. I'm gonna leave the story. Well, we got a few more minutes. I'll do around 3 hours. You know what I'm saying? And so, but I don't think much is to be read because that's cold right there. I'll pick up tomorrow after what happened. But anybody can clearly see if we wanted to read this. This is a statement of somebody getting robbed in ancient Egypt. Now, honestly, I really want to say that this category of text, it's a papyri that might have been teaching and entertainment at the same time. Like we learning probably what somebody was learning like a parable. Like don't just get on the road with all your stuff thinking it's good like that. You know what I'm saying? I mean, because I don't really think this happened. I mean, and I don't think they got it categorized like this is historical.
Right.
They got different. I want people to know, coming from the Hebrew tradition, the categories of ancient Egyptian texts ain't the same as biblical archaeology. They take anything they find and act like it's holy over there if it's just written in Hebrew and old. You know what I'm saying? Or written in any old language and old. But with this, we got different categories. Some of them be like a comedy, dog. And so, yeah, and so when we understand that,
it's like comedy.
yeah, it'd be some be comedy, some be like parables. There's even instructional texts that seem to me to be like they didn't have no other way to teach you this, so this is the way they're gonna teach it to you. Specifically concerning some of the sexual deviance that people like the Hebrews cite in the stories of Set and Heru, where they didn't know. But I'm like, man, how else do you teach some youth that that's not cool? Maybe with that type of a story. But right here, what we see is somebody clearly getting the brakes beat off them. So we're going to show it again now, and we could just leave this part out. As you see, they got this as to him and then a comma. This is like, and they using this as and, because and could be then. So the aha in is then. Now, we just looked this up. It was to beat or to thrash. But this is our suffix pronoun, which is saying he beat, right? Now it says his. It's not the same person. So this is he beat his body or his limbs.
Yeah, his limbs, arms.
You feel me? And so if y'all want to see what that is, we got the F for his limbs. And that's all of his limbs too, because we're not finished. So if it was to continue, they say he thrashed all of his limbs with it. And the with it is on the screen. It'll probably be
the stick.
The S, right? And so that's crazy because he beat the brakes off him. And since we got a few more minutes, what else did he do? Because is this S? If you follow in the screen, this starts over here. That let us know that this S not really ending the last sentence, but it's up on up here with it.
You're right, it did. Yeah, that adverb
ended the sentence.
Yeah. ES.
So this Nahim, if I can remember, Nahim is to take, huh? To seize or something? What is it?
Think about that. Yeah, you're right. To plunder, to seize. Yeah.
So now this is the donkeys, and this is the suffix pronoun his. So he taking his donkey. So he beat he beat him with the stick, hit all his limbs with it, and now he taking the donkeys in ancient text, man. So this was just to learn from, like, bro, don't go get robbed, man. What's gonna happen next? Let's see. I'm glad I'm looking at the transliteration right now because I probably wouldn't have worked that out as Sakah. I'm still Sakir, right?
Saak.
No, Sak and then Sapat F. Okay, to his district. But what to his district?
He was made to enter, or he entered, or he went to.
He went to his district?
Yep. Then he went to or entered into his district.
Oh, and drove them to his district. So this must be the drive, okay, to his district. Now we got this wind here. Let's see what this wind is leading to. Wind on. So wind on work together. When you but help me to know how wind on work together to say now or what?
It's that so-called contingent perfect again. Then it had that then effect to it.
Okay,
On and next. Yeah.
Okay, so then Shaketi, so then this farmer upon. Now we got now here's something to talk about. This let me know that this isn't a preposition, and this is the whole word. See, I only did that from the grammar, and that's right because this is about crying or something, huh?
Yep. This is hair plus infinitive.
So he got whooped. Now he about to cry. Oh my God, I'm feeling sorry for bruh. Thousands of years later.
Yeah, then he was in the process of crying, or
let's see if they say cry or weep or something. Yeah. No, they called it a very loud wail. But hold on. Because this might could be a wail, but I see the eye, dog.
Yeah, that word normally mean cry.
Yep. And it's really, he's in the act of doing it.
Yeah.
But maybe it's something going to happen next that's going to be the very loud wail, because this is the great. So they're saying, how could it be a great cry, huh? That's probably what they're saying.
That's what they said. Yep. How can it be a great cry?
So they call it a great cry is a loud, okay. We saying cry like tears come out your eyes. But they saying a cry like out of an oral cry. Ain't that weird?
Yeah.
Because the oral cry is verbal, and they're saying he let out a cry, so they doing something different. They said, well, they very loud, what? They don't even say it. They say they well very loud. All right, that's cool, let out a loud cry. But I thought a cry had to do with tears, dog. I think he's crying right now. He ain't screaming.
Even though sometimes when they write that word, remits, when they put the I determinative, sometimes they will put little droplets or like 3 strokes for water.
Okay, yeah, they would.
Sometimes. Yeah.
Great. So where's this started? In Mer, that ain't even here yet. That's way some over here. So what's this Aret doing or whatever? Another great Aret. Aret.
Aret me mir. Let's see mir Aret.
So that's how they transliterated that up here. So the cry, a great one. It was super great. I mean, that's why they say very loud. Very is represented by one of these, and loud is represented by the other, huh?
So it's two adjectives together.
Yeah.
Very loud.
Mm-hmm. Correct. In mer, what they got? In mer in now. I know in the preposition, okay, but then with mer, normally is love, but what's this mer? I mean, I don't want to say mer is normally love. It's not when written that way. So what's this? It got the spur bird after it too. So that's illness.
Yeah, but I don't even see it in the transliteration. I see ireti.
So they got mer in.
Yep.
And I thought that was in mer. Oh, and then in.
It is in mer in. You're right. Yeah, I see. That's right.
Yeah. So this mer is in pain. Oh, yeah, because he just got whooped. Okay. He let out a very loud screech in pain. In pain. And what else? Something that he called, that he created?
That was inflicted or that was done upon him.
Yep, that was, yep. So,
something like that.
That was done with respect to him, yep. So this is, he cried out and he let out in pain, I guess. They say in wickedness. So they calling this murder wickedness. On account of the wickedness, he cried out. That could be wickedness. I'm with that. Okay, cool. Wickedness. Right? Man, that's sad, man. I'm gonna read the rest and when he gonna get his get back. So we're just gonna try to see how fast we can speed. Let's see a practice Metal Netter speed reading. So said by this Nimti Naked, raise your voice. You raise your voice, farmer, right? You feel me? Don't raise your. Where did they negate it? Oh, this is the M of negation.
Yeah, it did.
Damn, I got caught slipping. Right. All right, I'm gonna try to speed read again. So because I'm gonna show people the speed read, it go like this: said by Nimti Naked this. So said by this Nimti Naked. Now I messed up because this is an M of negation. I should have said don't. Now, how would I have known that this was an M of negation, Chris? You just gotta be sharp, huh?
Nah, because you normally don't see a demonstrative followed by a preposition like that.
Oh my God, I'm tripping. Yeah,
don't
you ain't gonna be no demonstrative and then a preposition. I was just
Right.
talking about that earlier with the pie and the top with the no, yeah, okay, no, it wasn't, but it's similar. So now this is the negation and don't raise voice your don't raise but so look, he beating took his stuff and then was doing like motherfuckers do like when they abusive. They be like, shh, be quiet. Be quiet. He not aggressively being like, don't raise your voice with me. He like, I finished beating you. Now be quiet, cause somebody gonna come. That's crazy. Don't raise voice your farmer.
Do not speak aloud, farmer.
Do not raise your voice, peasant. He's a cold character. Now what are they gonna do now? Behold, he like, look, you. Oh, who want to speed read this? You can do that.
Oh, man, I hate when they do that, man. They're doing it again. See, because someone, my bad. Line 57.
Uh-huh.
I mean, I know it's a series of things going on. Why they just say and this Nimti Naked? Why they said but this Nimti Naked said? There's a word for but.
Yeah, I know, and it ain't up here, huh?
And it's not up there. It's not up there.
I know they trying to just do too much.
But Nimti Naked.
Because but means something different.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
They should have just said and this Nimti Naked said. Yeah.
Yeah, I know. Because he was crying on the account of the wickedness done to him. So why but this Nimti Naked said?
Yeah, no, I wouldn't have said that.
Like that would be an opposite. I mean, that would be like he about to say something nice or something. You know what I'm saying? But Nimti Naked said, do not raise your voice. All right. And you want to just speed read this in English?
It says, but one ready.
No, not like look, right?
Oh, my bad. I'm looking at the but. Yeah,
Yeah, I know.
Behold one. And then we got the word demi with respect to
the city, the demi or the village.
Or the village of Seger. What is Seger? Lord of Nebseger.
Nebseger, the Lord of the. You might have to look that up, but so that just said, behold, one is go. I guess you gotta say going, because two is directional to the city, to the village.
Behold, one is toward or with respect to the city.
Behold, one towards the city of. I mean, no. To him? No. No, that ain't
Lord
it.
of
So,
Seger.
the Lord. All right, let's see. The Lord of silence. Sagir is silence. Oh, create gear. This is the causative. Feel me? So this is silence, and then that's to create silence.
But now my problem is, I mean, I see the will go, but that's not in the glyphs. I guess behold one is with respect to
I was
city.
putting it in there too because it says behold one toward. I mean, to the city, to the village. They say
Right.
to, so they just put the will go. But how will we translate it if we don't put the will go?
Yeah, I guess you would have to insert it in there because I guess it doesn't make sense even in the glyphs to say, "Behold one with respect to the city of the Lord of Silence," or of yeah, because there's no verb in that sentence, right?
Oh,
Because
okay.
demi is a noun, right? And then air is a preposition, right? And then we got a subject to. I mean, I can see where they say one will go. I can see, but that verb is not here though.
Oh, so and so maybe this is a perspective, and they putting in the will go. I mean,
Yeah,
well, will because you can't say will towards or will to the city.
yeah, yeah.
And they think he ain't going right now. Is he? He's saying he will go. So maybe they. I don't know how to identify this as perspective, but maybe they looking into the future.
Well, I know the air plus the air, the UFS session form gives you gives you a future nuance, but the only problem is that there's no verb here though, right? So because they use the word go in English, but in the Meta-Nature though there is no verb to go.
So I know to activates verbs and it's a preposition, but when to means towards, is it a verb?
No, it's a preposition.
Okay, still because it's still linking something. Okay, yeah.
You with respect to the city. So I guess you can interpret that as that you will go.
All right. So, or you will go to the abode of the Lord of Silence. All right, we'll go see. Well, where is this? Something must be to the left. Oh, yeah, this a gear.
Oh, the determinative goes up there.
Yeah, see, that's how they be playing people. Like, why can't you fit the determinative up here?
Right
Just
there.
all this space to the right. I don't understand that. I don't. But anyway, the determinative was down here. And then they actually got this as another determinative for it. So now we see that Lord of Silence is a divinity.
Yeah, Lord of Silence makes sense.
And then people could break it down now that Shaketi about to say something again. So it just said Jedon Shaketi pen not then, but said by this farmer. Now he's gonna say hit. I think this say hit. You hit. So it's like you hit me. He said you. He like, bro, you hit me, bro. Ain't that you hit me?
Oh, that's the verb hui. I think the verb hui means to hit.
Yeah, it means to hit, right?
Yeah, hui. Yep.
So you. Are you saying that he's in the state of being hit?
No, not huikui. Well, actually, it could be huikui. Yeah, being in the state of being beaten or hit. Yeah.
Oh well, here's the thing. I think it is you hit me, and I think it's going to be transliterated. The word you said, hi ek.
Yeah.
We, right?
Mm-hmm. I think this might be a state of though. But either way it would work because it says the farmer.
But you got to remember, just real quick, he about to say something. So being in the state of I am hit, I'm in the state of being hit, like.
Oh yeah, no, you're right. No. This is the suffix pronoun ek, and then that's the dependent pronoun we.
Yep. So let's see. Yep. So he like, you hit me.
Yep.
So he's petitioning, like bruh.
Right.
I mean, but
the qui would be I being hit, but we already know he got hit already. So
yeah. So he like, you hit me, and then what is the why? What are they gonna tell us? Why?
Why?
Well, I would just read the You beat me. You robbed my. Oh, this is to rob again. I forgot. And so on the next line, we'll see my goods. Now he's petitioning. He's starting his petition. Now, if people peek gang, in the long run, what we'll learn is that this text is all about how good he can talk, right? You know what I'm saying? He and they keep taking him to different people. Like, listen to dude, tell him about how he got robbed. He's so eloquent. But what do I see on the screen? I gotta see is this a continuation of something?
It's Smash. I'm gonna dip out for a minute.
All right, thanks for tapping in. Yeah, I'm gonna end this shortly. Thanks for tapping in. I'll continue for a minute though. You beat me, you robbed my goods. So, hold on. I just want to keep y'all informed. Because we are at this point. See this A, this WA? There go AWA. So we're going to see the K, the X on the next screen. And there go the X the X right here. So now we know we gotta see it. We're gonna see a Henu E right after that. And you see Henu E. That's his goods, his belongings, right? Now, so this Nahim Ek is starting way over here. And if somebody didn't know that, we would fall off. I think we remember when we looked up the word, it was like the seeds or something to take. And even deprive, see? So you take with respect to, you took, you ain't gonna say with respect to, they like even took whatever Nahut is. Now we can see Nahut down here. The Lamnet, Nahut, like, now what's after this? M, from, or in, Ra-E, my mouth. So he took something out of his mouth. I don't know what the lamnet in his mouth would have been that he would have took after he beat him up, robbed him, and did all this shady stuff. Now, was this my aunt? You see, because I don't know. Is Nimti Naked going to be in the afterlife chilling? Or is Nimti Naked Isfet and Ismi? Ismi being like faulty. Isfet being like evil. But Ismi is a character of Isfet. A person, Isfet, gonna hit you off with the Ismi. So let me show you the dictionary. ISM Ismu. ISMW. No, Imsu. I said Ismi, take everything I said back until it pop up in the dictionary. It's falsehood. FALS. Falsehood. Now watch. Is that Ismi? That's one. I'm going off my memory. Let's see the Ismi. It gotta pop up, dog. That's I wouldn't have said it. We know about that girl. Here it go. Not it's fat. I want y'all to see. Oh, it's mess, huh? It's gonna be. It's got a mess in it. Hold on, I gotta find it, dog. Now, Umes. There you go. Look. Umes, okay? I said it's me. Y'all see? So my mistake could lead to some knowledge. Because right now we found it. This is falsehood. So Umes goes with Isfet. Isfet is evil. Umes is falsehood, misstatements, and allegations. Feel me? I'm glad I could correct that. Man, you took something out of my mouth, man. You even took the lamness from my mouth. Now, what are you going to say? Let's go see. Hold up. Because we got this Ra-E, so that's the end of that. My mouth. Now, let's go. Don't trick. Now, this shouldn't be starting with no nab. Oh, this is the Lord of Silence. You even deprived me of the lamness from my mouth with the Lord of Silence, right? Give me. So give me. The Lord of Silence gave you. To you. Hold on.
If I did, I would just add some more stuff.
I gotta press mute. The Lord. It says the Lord of Silence gave you to me. Okay, we gotta figure this out. because I see the to me at the end. The Lord of Silence gave you wreck. The Lord of Silence gave you to me. I don't know. The Lord of Silence made you give back. The Lord of Silence gave you, what do they mean, give back? My things. Okay. To me, to my things. Okay. Yeah, my things. Not to me, but give to me my things. Things, my. Feel me? Cats, but they say aketi. This is cat my things. Right? That's my things. This don't really say so, but I guess so. So that all mine, so that I need not. This is negation. Not I need not. Okay, so that I need not. And whatever this last word is, we're gonna see. Sabah. I don't know. To your fearsomeness. This is your fearsomeness right here. No, this is your fearsomeness. All right, so they said, done by this farmer. Ahu is different than then. This is something else. Done by this farmer, and this is a day on the 10th day. 10 period. See, then this pheasant spent a period. So I guess this was the spend. Spent 10 days concerning, or 10 days. Oh, here go days too, see? And it say something about 10 concerning taking by, or concerning what was taken by an empty nappy. It says, pleading with this nigga, an empty nappy. Pleading, all right, with an empty nappy. That's fine. Now it says, no, it says, he gives. So he doesn't give. He doesn't give, because this is negated. That's negation. So if this says he gives, then this says doesn't. No. Then he doesn't give but this has got a bird on it. So this is like a portion of something. His portion? Oh, any attention. He does not give any attention to it. All right, he doesn't give, this is attention, his attention. So he ain't paying him no attention, man. Oh, no, it continues, huh? No, hold on. It's continued. But this peasant then went south. All right, so this is to go right here. So, in this infinitive is he's going south, right? Was made a southward a descent was made by this peasant to the south. Look, to Nen Nisu. It don't say south. It just say to Nen Nisu. Where do it say south? Oh man. Oh, maybe it was up higher. No, he only went to Nen Nisu. Oh, they just said south. But he just went to Nen Nisu. It don't say south in here. It say he went to a location, Nisu Ninen. Right? All right, that's enough for today. So on my show that I'm gonna do probably tomorrow, making $1 million in a year per episode 7, I'm gonna show y'all some of the progress we made after Black Friday. Getting ready to get this brand into these stores. Getting ready to get this brands into these stores, man. I'd like to thank y'all for watching this show and contributing to this channel and all the free game you get. The Cash App is Smash Rockwell, and I'd like to thank all y'all who be going out y'all way, who be like, man, this boy be doing this for nothing. Let me just throw something in his Cash App just on GP. Y'all be the bosses. Everybody the bosses, but I appreciate y'all for that gesture. And it's only 10 a.m. Dang, I started working hella early this morning. I started at 2 a.m. for all who want to know. And I'm going to check out the beats I sent, but I normally send them to my casual at Hyro. Because when I only listen to beats really when I'm writing. So, but trust me, when I'm writing, I listen to everybody's shit. And that's the best time for me to listen because I could catch that first vibe when it first hit. But yeah, I didn't know it was this early. I'm going to get up, go to the gym after I play a few games and kick it. Y'all have some peace time. Take it easy. What's that? Oh, that's my microphone. All right, peace. It's my rap name at hieroglyphics.com. Peace.